Check, 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 check. Holy shit, I forgot to, do mic checks before I did this. Whoops! Oh boy, I got a little too excited about doing this stream. Hello everybody, welcome to an unplanned stream for Fallout Shelter. One moment while I check my audio here to make sure I'm just around the level I want to be. I think that's about right. Hello, Joshua Millwood. Hello, TC. What the fuck is wrong with me? Excellent question. Also, why did I not pull up the YouTube chat window? Hold on a minute. Of course, since I'm gonna keep this stream, you can... So YouTube has a new thing where you can watch the... There we go. That should do it. You can watch the new... a replay of the chat if you watch the archive. Now, when I edit archives and do it, you can't do that. So, here's the thing. We were just, as I'm streaming this, we were just talking about... Oh my god, there's actual flirting. Yes. We were just talking about Fallout Shelter here in our Discord channel. You can get a link to our Discord channel in the video description below. And, so yeah, you can this isn't Final Fantasy XIV. It's something different. So this is an unplanned stream, like I said, and now I have to pull up... I can't use my TV to watch the chat because the Akamura is beside me playing some Far Cry. So... Oh, you're about to go to bed? Oh, no. Wait, so I can use the TV? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Hold on a minute. Let me... There we go. Now I can see the chat at least for a minute, and now you can have the TV if you want to do the thing. So, I'm going to start a new vault in survival mode just for a little while, and then you can see the vault I have established. But we're going to play survival mode, where it's harder to get resources, and you can't revive anybody. And my lucky number is 32. And 5 can be S for survival. That is why I'm picking 325. It doesn't matter. Your number doesn't matter. It was the first time I've done survival mode, so I don't know how well I'm going to do. Hello, Ryu. Thank you for joining the stream. Oh, you're done now? Oh, shit. Go ahead and Alt-Tab back out, then, if you don't mind. So, Alright, so I'm starting out a brand spanking new vault, so you guys can see how to play some Fallout Shelter. Yes. And I can turn off my phone and charge it, since it's almost dead. Okay. So I'll play a little bit here and then switch to my vault that I have going otherwise. And... the Akamura was playing Far Cry 5. So... Yeah, good night. I'm so... Yes, I know. You have your uses. Oh, God, no. Oh, God.
You're the best.
Yeah, I try. Okay. Okay.
I love you.
Yes, I know. You are ridiculous. Alright, so, when you start off, your what's-a-mahoozets, your vault, you want to have a nice... you want to build your 3 main production buildings. Which was this? It's my water treatment. So, let's see. I keep them on different floors, generally speaking, but you need food, water, and electricity, and you assign your starting dwellers based on their numbers here. So, I might be going a little fast because I'm giving tips here, but when you click a room, this symbol here tells you what stat is used when you're here. So the water treatment room uses the P stat, which is perception. So we want a good perception person in the water treatment room. So this lady, Betty Anderson, has a high P. So we're going to stick her in the water room. And then this lady has a high A. And A is for food. So we're going to stick that lady in the... Whoa. Let's stick this lady in the A room. And then, out of our remaining 4 starter dwellers, they kind of have equal numbers across the board. So you just kind of have to stick them wherever they can go. Like, this dude has a low S. so he should not go in the power room. This lady has a low A, so she should not go in the food room. And this guy has even numbers across the board. This lady has a low S, so she also should not go into the power room. Room's on fire already? Come on, man, I just started the game. So, the one thing that does annoy me about the... Oh, let me preface this by saying Fallout Shelter is by far my favorite free-to-play game for a variety of reasons, and one of those reasons is it does not bother you constantly. A lot of free-to-play games will just bother you. Like, that is all they do. They bother your ass to buy and buy and buy and buy. And luckily, this game only bothers you once when you very first start the game. Wow, I already have an 8th settler? Holy shit. So... but you can buy it, like, this is the, main, let's see, where's my chat window? Okay. Whatchamahoozits. So, when you go here, this is your main, I guess, menu, and up at the top is your lunch boxes. This is your premium stuff. And you will get lunch boxes occasionally. You can buy some. You can see here they have a shop. And the basic starter pack, which is very powerful, by the way. The basic starter pack is very powerful. It's only $5. You can buy Nuka-Cola, which increases how fast you can do things for absurd amounts of money. I will never pay for any of this. But you can buy lunch boxes that have random stuff in them. You can buy pets here. You can buy this stuff. I only spent money on this. I've been playing this game for about a year and a half. And I have only spent money on it once, and that was either earlier today or yesterday. So that tells you, you know, how little you need to make cash. Now, here's the thing, though. Even though there are, yes, as TC says, even though it has loot boxes, even though it's been a while, like, you don't need it. And again, it only bothers you once to pay for it. The only thing is if you ever buy a loot box, it's per vault. So I have 2 vaults now. I have this vault and my... Jesus, excuse me. In my main vault. So if I buy the starter pack for this vault, or if I buy Nuka-Cola for this vault, I don't get this stuff in my other save file, which sucks. But you know what? Whatever. I can handle the fact that it's a free-to-play game. And that it asks me for loot boxes. Whatever. It's fine. I don't mind it. I don't mind loot boxes when it's not all in your face. But otherwise, there are quests to do. So in your main menu, here's your little award ribbon. I had to assign 2 dwellers to the right room, which I did. So I'm going to take that. And you can hit the X button to cancel a quest and replace it with another. But these quests are super easy. They scale the quests correctly, so like this stuff is super easy since I'm just starting out. So say successfully rush 1 room. That's to get more stuff. Wow, these events are happening very quickly. Man, we got another guy already? Holy shit. Alright, we'll just bring him in. We need more space. That's fine. Once this rad roach is dead, we'll expand our living quarters. Good job, everybody. Do we have any spare weapons? We probably don't have anything right now. Nope, we got bupkis. Alright, so let's expand. Oh, so another pro tip. Hello, Tank. Another pro tip, when you start off the game, only do level 1 rooms. Like, I can click this and hit level up, and I can pay 250 caps to upgrade my room, but it's usually cheaper to just build a new room. So, like here, I could pay 250 to upgrade my room and get 10 total dwellers, but instead, if we just build another living quarters, it'll only cost me 130. But now we have 18 total dwellers. So it's always cheaper to add a room. And you can have up to 3 rooms that are next to each other, and they will combine to form a super room. So that's why I put my power, water, and diner in 3 different levels, because these will expand to the left eventually once we get our money, which is caps, which is up here in the top right corner, and I am not capturing my cursor, so you can't even see where I'm pointing. Well, tits McGee. Hold on a second. Let me, never mind that scroll. It's because I zoomed out of my, thing here. Where the hell is... Oh, that's YouTube chat. That's why it's not showing. Game capture, properties, capture cursor. There we go. Now you should be able to see my cursor. There it is. Okay, cool. Alright. Dang, we're getting another dweller already? Whoa. Easy game. Easy. Dang, we have another dweller already. I'm shocked we've got so many people coming in so quickly. Alright, so another quest I've got is to send somebody out into the wilderness. Now, I don't want these two breeding yet. They're going to talk. They're going to try to breed because we have an unrelated male and an unrelated female in the living quarters, so they're going to want to try to bang, but I don't want them to bang quite yet. I want a little bit more control. But I'm going to send this asshole out to the wasteland. Not only will I get a reward because of this, send one dweller to the wasteland, but he has a high luck stat compared to everybody else. There it is. And luck determines what kind of rewards you get when you're out exploring. So I'm going to drag his ass over here, outside, just go, have fun, be merry, go. Go, go, go. So he's going to run out, and he's going to find shit for us, and hopefully come back. So, oh, thank you, Manuel Gonclaves. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you for the support for Monster Rancher 4. I hope you're liking Monster Rancher DS, too, now that I'm doing that one. And my other Monster Ranchers. I really appreciate it. Alright, so now we have another quest here. Collect 50 food. I may as well rush a room. And since one of my quests is for collecting 50 food, then we may as well rush that. So when you hit rush, you have a 33% chance of a problem, but if you do it, you get to collect the food immediately, so we're just going for it. Hooray! We got it, we got some food, we successfully rushed a room, and I got a lunch box, which is a loot box. Let's see what we get. We've got a waitress uniform, awesome. An alarm clock, a 100 caps, that's good. A stim pack, which is good. That is a very freaking powerful weapon. Holy crap. Alright. Dang, that was a good one. There must be more incidents on hard mode. There is no way I should be having this many incidents. And I shouldn't be having this many people either. I'm shocked that we've got someone else coming by. So this is Peter Morgan. I'm going to go ahead and drag him in here as well. And then I'm going to immediately throw him back outside and tell him to go explore. You know what? I may as well have her go explore too, because there's no reason to have someone here who does not need to be here. Wait, does she have a weapon? She does. Okay. So you need to go exploring. Go. And then, since we've got a super powerful weapon now, I'll give one of my door guards that super powerful weapon. I don't like melee weapons in the game because it's a melee weapon, so they have to get all up in the grill of whoever they're attacking, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Have fun, everybody. Alright, so here's more Pyro Pro tip. When do Death Claws start coming? Okay, so your threats are based on the level of your people. So Death Claws do come in this game, but you have to have a bunch of very strong people before you'll see it. Alright, this leads me to another thing. When you have an incident like this, it can only spread to adjacent rooms, so that's why I'm not bothering to fight this. Wow, they didn't even spread to the vault door. I didn't realize the vault door was invincible, but it makes sense. Okay, so the rad roaches appeared in the living quarters, but they had nowhere to go because there are no other adjacent rooms because the elevators don't count. So the rad roaches just left, which is why I've staggered the way I've built my vault already. So that's another Pyro Pro tip. And yet another Pyro Pro tip. I don't mean to be info dumping on you, but this is my guide writer brain working. Oh, thank you, Joshua Millwood. I appreciate that. I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate that very much. You're making me blush. I'm very flattered. All right, so when you start exploring the wasteland, it shows you at the top how long they have been exploring, and this number is important. So this guy has been exploring for 3 minutes. When you recall a dweller, it takes them half as long to come back. So since he's been exploring for 3 minutes, if I hit recall, he won't come back for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. This is important because this part of the game does not pause when you turn it off. So when you get really strong, you can send your people out for a very, very long time. I had someone out, I think they will come back on their own if they've been out 1 real-time week. So, but if you've sent them out for a day, for example, if you send them out and they've been out for 24 hours, it will take them 12 hours to come home. So you kind of want to balance, you know, your needs at home versus how much you need them to be out to explore and get more stuff and level up and everything. I believe when a dweller is outside the vault, like these 3, I believe they don't require food or water. So by keeping them outside the vault, we can keep our resources a little bit higher. But this is all we've got right now. I'm not sure how much I'll play this, because one problem-ish with Fallout Shelter is when you start off, there's really not a whole lot to do. The game is a free-to-play. It's designed for mobile. It's designed for you to only play, say, a few minutes to an hour at a time. So there's a lot of sitting around and waiting unless you are really hardcore about this kind of thing. Hello, Tari. Sorry I missed you. I didn't realize you were there. And Tink, it's okay if you call me John. I don't care. Everyone knows my name. So, but yeah, so like, there's going to be a lot of waiting around, especially because you have to wait to gather the resources in order to start upgrading your vault and doing other things. I can't believe we are getting so many vault dwellers. I bet you it's just because... I bet you it's because we are starting off in hardcore mode, so the game's giving you a little break, because I know I did not have this many in normal mode. Alright, so now that we have 12 dwellers in the vault, which you can see in the top left corner here, we have unlocked a room, which is why the hammer has the little 1 here. What did we unlock? We unlocked the storage room! Doesn't really matter, and we don't have the cash for it anyway. Damn, caps are hard to come by in hard mode, which does not surprise me. One thing that annoys me on the PC version is it has edge scrolling, which I do not like. I do not like edge scrolling in any game. Usually I will turn that off the second I can. But unfortunately, there is no option to turn off edge scrolling. There is an option for the scroll speed, but that impacts your WASD as well. So this is WASD. Like in The Sims 4, there's a slider for panning the camera with the keys and then also panning the camera with the mouse. So I turn the mouse scrolling to nothing, so it does not edge scroll. And then I have to pan the camera with WASD. Because I don't like this kind of situation, so like if the camera's here and I want to click something here, I'm like trying to click, but I keep moving the frickin' camera because my mouse is over here. I fucking hate it. I hate edge scrolling. After Monster Rancher DS, what plans do you have? Spectrobes? I've heard of Spectrobes, but I don't know what it is. Isn't that the game where, like... Isn't that similar to a Monster Rancher type game where you have to raise creatures by... Like, the... Is that the one where, they came up with, like... these cards that you laid on the touchscreen and it had little holes and you poked the holes and that helped you raise a specific monster or something like that. I think I owned that game once. I haven't played that in forever. Spectrobes would be difficult since I'd have to emulate it, and if that's the one I'm thinking of, I couldn't really raise monsters because I don't have the cards to poke. So, I don't know, man. Maybe. But honestly, my plan after Monster Rancher DS is to go to Monster Rancher 1. That's the next Monster Rancher we'll do. Although... Monster Rancher DS, I've still wanted to get back to SimCity because that series was performing really well on the channel. So I wanted to do some more SimCity episodes, but I don't know when I'll do that. I'm sure I'll do it at some point, though. So I'm just checking everyone, making sure they're healthy. So when you have explorers in the wasteland, you want to watch their hit points, which is this top bar, and stim packs, which is this, lets them auto heal. They will auto heal when they're out there, but if they have no stim packs like this, like Nicholas Duncan here is just screwed. So at some point I'll have to recall him. The nice part about this is when you recall, when you touch recall, I'll even do it now, he is 100% safe. As long as they are coming back to the vault, they are 100% safe. They cannot die. And even if they reach the vault, if you've like turned off the game and they reach the vault, they are still 100% safe. They're just going to hang outside the door until you turn the game back on and drag them back into the vault. So he would be 100% safe. But right now I still want him to explore because he's healthy and he hasn't found anything much. He's found 25 caps. Looks like no one else has found anything. But they are gaining experience, which helps. So, you know, they can do their job. We'll just keep an eye on them. Make sure that they... Okay, yeah, there are definitely far more events on survival mode. This is absurd how many fires we're having. Like... it's nowhere near this bad when you're not playing hardcore mode. That is stupid. Do I like the new Monster Hunter? Yes, I love the new Monster Hunter. So Kalo was the first to get me into Monster Hunter. I don't remember if Kalo told me to play Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate or if I just did it on my own. But either way, that was the first one I tried, and I didn't really like it. And I've talked about why, and I don't mind talking about it here. Like, the thing with Monster Hunter is, back with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, movement was a little heavy, your character felt heavy, there was too much grinding in my opinion, and I know that's the point of the game, and that's not even me knocking it, that's me saying, like, I generally don't prefer those kinds of games. But, I like the concept of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, it just wasn't my thing. So, I like it okay, though, and I gave Monster Hunter 4 a chance, but I played that one on my DS, and it hurt my hands. Like, I couldn't hold my DS correctly, that, like, my hands just always cramped up no matter how much I played it, and I just wasn't having a fun time. And a lot of the problems in Monster Hunter 4 were the same I had in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which was the heavy movement. Everything felt a little sluggish. Attacks came out slow. And I understand the point. Like, that's the way the game is designed. And I'm definitely not slamming the game for that. It just wasn't my thing. But then Ultimate, or World came out, and Kalo and his girlfriend, Ayla, are huge fans of it. And they told me how much it was improved or how different it was. Like, the movement is... looser and more fluid, and I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Plus, they bought it for me, and I wasn't going to turn down a free game. And it's really fun. They westernized it, essentially. They made it easier. They cut out some of the grinding. They have auto-crafting. Movement is a lot more responsive, like I said. And some of the Monster Hunter vets hate it because of all that, but screw those people. I like easier games. So I really, really like Monster Hunter World. In fact... I need to get back to that, too, and play it, because it's been a long time. And Polar Dread, co-host of the show, a guest host of the show, rather, has been playing it, too. I think I convinced him to buy it. So it's been a while since I've played it, but I want to get back to it. It's pretty damn fun. I do enjoy it. Oh, that's very nice, Tari. Yeah, it's way more fun with people that I know. I don't like playing with strangers, but with fans and friends, I'll be more than happy to hunt with you. It's super fun. Catching up more Spectrobes. Okay, I was correct about that. I don't need the cards? Okay. I know I've played them. Like, I know I played Spectrobes. I think my thing with Spectrobes was, I know I played it at the time when I was super into Pokemon, and I tend to be one of those gamers who only wants to play one type of a game. So, like, if I'm playing Monster Rancher, I don't want to play Pokemon 2. It's a little redundant. I only play one MMO at once, etc., etc. So I think I got Spectrobes because I was trying to explore other titles, but it didn't grab me like Pokemon did at the time. So I just kind of gave up on Spectrobes. I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't, I wasn't super into it. But I wouldn't mind giving it a go for the show. I'll have to find it emulated. But like I said, even though I wouldn't mind doing it for the show, I'm still sort of gunning for Monster Rancher 1 when we're done with DS. So, but I will totally try it. Hello, Chibi Girl. Thank you for joining the stream. So, yeah. Oh, for those of you who don't know or who only visit the channel casually, I'm going to Alt-Tab out of here, and I don't know what's going to happen. Cool, nothing. All right. So oh, well, except it's going to scroll off screen. So for those of you who don't know how I run my channel, I do financial reports every month, which discuss how much we make on YouTube, and I have a very transparent channel, not only for the sake of transparency, but for the sake of wanting to help anyone who wants to get into YouTube themselves, so you can learn about the business. I don't keep secrets. If you ever want to know how the business runs, I will be happy to tell you my experience. It does not necessarily mean my experience is the only experience, but hopefully someone can learn something from what I've done. And anyway, the reason I say that is the April 2018 financial report has just been written and published, and I'm going to provide a link to that in the chat, which hopefully will be clickable in the archive as well. But if you want to read my financial report and see how much the channel has made, click that link that I have just placed in the video, or in the chat, and you can see how well we do the business, for better or worse. I am definitely not rich, because all the money I make through YouTube goes to my groceries right now. But you can check that out if you want to see things. And also, if you want to kick me some money through Super Chat, Patreon, or PayPal, those links are in the video description. Other than Super Chat's right there in the chat window. So you are more than welcome to kick me $1 or $2. And if you don't want to kick me $1 or $2, that's fine too. I just appreciate making content for you. Alright, so now that that's all done with, let's check how our little explorers are going. Our explorers are doing fine. They're not earning a whole lot. So the way the explorers work is the longer they are out in the wilderness, the more stuff they will find. They'll find armor, weapons, caps, all sorts of things. So you want to have them explore for a while. And again, this is a lot easier the further in you are. You can have as many people exploring as you wish. In fact, my 2 door guards probably don't have a lot to do right now, because early on, you'll get raider attacks and feral ghoul attacks who will break down your door and start attacking, but they're not going to come for a while. I could probably send these 2 ladies out to start exploring, but they're fine. I like having door guards, and as we can see here with all these frickin' events, man, I don't like how frequent the events are. I don't. There are way too many room fires and shit in this game. Another Pyro pro tip. Always try to have every room manned by at least one non-pregnant woman, which means either a non-pregnant woman or a man, because that way if there is a fire or an attack or whatever, it can be kept in check until you can get additional people over there. However, if you have a room that's cut off from the rest of your vault, don't worry about it. So like with this room, who gives a shit if there's a rad roach attack? No one can, it's not going to spread, so screw it. It can't spread to the vault door. In fact, what I think I might do is when we build our next room, I will build it here. Hopefully my mouse is showing. Yes. I'll build it here because then it'll be off, like, it'll be away from this room. So even if stuff happens in this room, that can't get down here. Haha, strategy. This is why I like Fallout Shelter, because even though it's a free-to-play game, even though it has relatively simple mechanics, there are strategic elements involved. There's base building involved. It's an actual game where you have to think. It's very mentally stimulating. It's not like, say, you know what? The Sims Mobile. IGN recently reached out and asked me if I wanted to play The Sims Mobile, if I wanted to cover it for a strategy guide. So I played it a little bit, and I don't think there's enough content there to justify a strategy guide, because The Sims Mobile is basically tap to talk to a person. Now tap to go to work. Now tap to work at your job. Now tap again to finish that. Now tap again to go to a party. Now tap at the party to talk to people. Like, that's all it is. There's no strategy in The Sims Mobile. And a lot of free-to-play games are like that. A lot of free-to-play games are time wasters, or just tap or click to do a thing and then wait. Like Farmville. Although I've heard Farmville's changed. But anyway, originally Farmville was that. Like, tap to plant food, wait 5 hours, then tap to harvest food. Like, that's all it was. And that kind of stuff just isn't fun for me. I need something more mentally stimulating. So, with this game, it's very mentally stimulating. Especially as your vault gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Because you can have up to 200 vault people in your vault, which at that point it's ridiculous. So, we just got 2 loot boxes, although they're lunch boxes. Let's unlock some lunch boxes. We've got chemistry flask, a weapon, caps, 5 Nuka-Cola Quantums, fuck yes. A weapon that's kind of shitty. Alright, and our second lunchbox is water, that's useful. Decent weapon. Loads of caps. Junk. Yeah, an okay weapon. Alright, low storage space. And now we have a room on fire. That's fine. Again, this will just burn itself out. The thing about these events is they don't fucking matter. Like that. The room caught on fire, it just burned itself out, nothing happened. That's one reason I don't like the events. They mean nothing. They are so pointless and time wasting. I don't like them. It is what it is. Alright, so you may have seen that thing that we have low storage space. We have 9 pieces out of 10, so I need to build a storage room. But again, I want someone to man it. So I'm going to recall one of our wastelanders here. Let's see. See, he's been out for 20 minutes. I kind of don't want to hang out for 10 minutes while I wait for his ass to get back here. Who's been out the least? You've been out the least. You've only been out for 14 minutes. Okay, so we will recall you. He'll return in 7 minutes. So this allows us to pay 1 Nuka-Cola Quantum, which is the game's premium currency, to rush him back here. I'm not going to waste a Nuka-Cola Quantum on that. So in 7 minutes he will return, and then we will build a new storage area and have him hang out in that storage area. Actually, what I could do is build it now and move one of the door guards down there, but it shouldn't matter. Alright, so what are my quests now? Collect 100 food, we're working on it. Sell 1 weapon or outfit. Equip 1 dweller with a weapon. Well, that's easy. Do I have anyone who is weaponless right now? No. However, this lady has a fairly shitty weapon. So we're going to replace that with that, and I think... Yep, that clears my quest. Thank you for the 25 caps. And then one of them was sell a weapon, so we can sell one of our shittier weapons. This 0 to 2 is garbage, so we'll sell that weapon. Clear another quest. Get some caps. The number of events in this game is fucking stupid. Like, again, even though it's my favorite, now you know me, like, even when I say something's my favorite, that doesn't mean I think everything is flawless. Like, I'm not one of those gamers who have that binary where everything is either the greatest ever or the shittiest thing ever. Like, I'm not like that. My favorite video game of all time, period, full stop, is Final Fantasy VI, and even I see the problems in Final Fantasy VI, such as what I call the goddamn fish sequence. But even beyond that, like, in Final Fantasy VI, customization is not as good as other Final Fantasies. You know, I can find the flaws of games. So Fallout Shelter is my favorite free-to-play game, period, but it has its flaws. And there are things I would totally have changed if I was designing it. I suppose all of these events keep you on your toes, and given the fact that it is hardcore mode, it kind of makes sense, but it's just still too much. It's too much nonsense. Especially since this game was designed for mobile. Like, trying to deal with all this shit in mobile, like, you're there just bashing at your phone constantly, and I don't... Whoa, did I just turn myself down? Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to welcome to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where it's your Let's Play too. Alright, I think that got it. Sorry about that. I was trying to find my phone charger and just bump my soundboard, so I was screwing with the volume without realizing it. Alright, so I'm gonna go find my plug real quick. One moment. That was easy. And boop, plug that shit in. Hooray, now my phone's not gonna die. Does junk have any use? Yes, junk absolutely has use. So as you get further in the game, you can craft your own weapons and armor. That's what junk is for. It makes no fucking sense. Like, you get to build, I think, a laser pistol out of an alarm clock, and you get to build, like, a shirt out of glue. Like, it makes no fucking sense. But junk is very important. I suggest that you don't sell any junk at all until you have, like, a 200 storage space and you are running out of stuff to do. Until you hit 200 storage, when you reach your storage limit, just make more storage, because you need junk. You need as much stuff as you can possibly get. Weapons and armor, on the other hand, are a little bit more fluid. Right now, I'm keeping everything I've got just because we are low on people, for example. But, like, eventually this weapon is garbage. I don't like having any weapon that has less than 7 minimum attack. So all 4 of these weapons are below where I want them. And I prefer weapons that have higher low end than high end. So, for example, I prefer the rusty hunting rifle over the pool cue, and I prefer the rusty hunting rifle over the red rocket. Because even though the pool cue and the red rocket have a higher potential damage than the hunting rifle, with the hunting rifle, you are guaranteed to get 5 hit points of damage out of it, whereas with the pool cue and the red rocket, you may get less. And as you may know, if you're a long time of one of my fans, I hate luck in games, like, which, you know, it's just a thing. Like, I prefer consistency in my games when I play RPGs and such, so I try not to rely on luck. So I would prefer having a consistent 5 hit points of damage over sometimes having a little bit more. So one of the basic weapons you can eventually craft is called a rusty laser pistol, which does guaranteed 7 damage at all times. Because of that, like, that's the first weapon I just constantly craft all the time, because everyone gets those and we do tons of damage with them. But yes, do not sell your junk, especially early. So let's see how our explorers are doing. She's been out for 24 minutes. He's been out for 24 minutes. I'm going to recall them when they drop to about 50% health. I can let them go a little further, but when they get into fights, like you see here, you can see what they've been up to. So Julie here found a terrifying Yao Gui, or however that's pronounced, and those things beat the shit out of you. I think she'll survive it. Oh, she's going to bail. Okay, she got some experience points, but she ran away. So I wait until they're at about 50% health, and then I recall them. So Peter is probably going to be the first to be recalled. Sometimes they don't earn any. Like this dude, Nicholas, just bailed from the bloatfly immediately and didn't get anything out of it. But Jeffrey Harris, returning to Vault in 0 minutes, so he's almost home. He'll be back in just a moment. You could do the same thing in Fallout 4. You could take the junk and scrap it for raw resources like adhesives. Right, exactly. I liked Fallout 4, okay. My favorite expansion pack to Fallout 4 was the one where you could build your own vault. Which, to me, it was a little bit disappointing because in Fallout 4, you could build your own vault, but there was no strategic element to do so. It was just another home for you, essentially. Like, it would have been awesome if they could have taken this system of Fallout Shelter and put it in Fallout 4. Like, that would have been awesome, so you could gather a bunch of stuff while you were there and so on, but you can't, so but it was still my favorite. It was really fun. Okay, so here's our dude. He returned back from the vault, from the wasteland, so you hit collect. We'll gain 2 caps and nothing else. Whatever, it's better than nothing. And now I will build, once this gets out of there, I will build a... Go away, I want to build something. Thank you. So we're going to build a storage room. And we're going to... That's fine. That's fine. And then we'll drag our dude who just got back to the storage room. Now, the thing with the storage rooms, another Pyro pro tip, is storage rooms do nothing when they're manned. It doesn't matter if it's manned or unmanned. Why are you... Dude, go to the fucking storage room. What the hell's wrong with you? It doesn't matter if your storage room is manned. Nothing happens. Like, there's no additional element for having a dude in your storage room. However, like I said, I like having every room staffed with at least one person who can prevent or slow down fires or rad roach invasions or whatever. So by him staying here, if anything happens in this room, we'll keep it in check until we can get help. So if there is an incident in this room, it can only spread, again, to adjacent rooms, although elevators do not count, but they pass through. So if there's a fire in the storage room, the fire will spread over here, and from here it can spread to here and here. But if a fire starts here, it cannot go up to the living quarters because we have a layer of dirt in the way. So that is how I build my vault. And it makes things very easy and easy to deal with, especially given the fact that I'm playing on hard mode and can't resurrect my people. So I have to be careful. Alright, what is the next quest? Collect 100 power, 100 food, 100 water. We're working on that just by existing. And the next thing we can get is the med bay, and we need 14 dwellers in the vault to do that. I will probably need to start impregnating ladies in order to pull that off. So when you have pregnant ladies cannot be sent out to fight, and they cannot help you with incidents. They will scream and run away. And it's an adorable animation. They do that little arms up in the air hand flailing things that I love. It's one of my favorite animations in comics and cartoons and this game and other games. So you have to time and strategize when you decide to start impregnating ladies. In my main save, I have a breeding team, as I call them, made up of 6 ladies and 1 guy, and their entire purpose is to get pregnant and make more dwellers. And ladies stay pregnant for about 3 real hours, and then their child grows up to an adult in 3 more real-world hours. So, but you have to click when that happens. Like, when you impregnate a lady, after 3 hours, she can then be clicked to give birth. So if they're pregnant and then you turn off the game for a day, when you come back to it, they still will not have given birth. You have to click them. It is a very clicky kind of system, but it works, and it's easy to get used to. And if you check in on the game every so often, it'll be fine. Hello, cute shaman. Thank you for joining the stream. So that is what I am doing now. God damn it, with the fires. Spray those fires. The nice thing about having so many incidents is, as you see here, when they handle an incident, like, they get experience points for it, so I mean, at least they're going to level up fairly quickly, which is nice. But good God, man. Too many incidents here. Alright, how are we doing? Not bad. So this red that you see here, that's radiation damage. That's the other bar you have to deal with. As a dweller gets radiation damage, the red starts pushing against their hit points, and this stops their maximum hit points. So now Nicholas Duncan's maximum hit points are about 90%. So that all damage, radiation damage and standard damage, heal over time when they're in the vault, but when they're out, obviously they're kind of screwed. They can auto-heal their radiation damage with rataways, which is this bag here. But again, Nicholas has none because we didn't give him any because we didn't have any. So Nicholas Duncan is just going to have to deal. Again, once his hit points drop to 50%, we will recall him. So the exploration team will probably need to come home relatively soon. What I'll do is if I switch to my other, or when I switch to my main vault, I will recall everybody here. This is why you man every room. Precisely what... So the fire will not spread as long as somebody is working on it. So now I can grab one of my ladies here. She's going to come and help out. And then after the incident's resolved, she's smart enough to go back to her original room. But she gains a few free experience points for it. But because this guy was here, it kept the fire in check until she was able to get over there and help out. So that's why you keep... every room should be manned by at least... or staffed by at least one non-pregnant lady. For that reason. Because if it was a pregnant lady in here, she would have just run away screaming. And then the fire would have spread everywhere. Hashtag not a pervert for clicky clicky. Exactly. Shaman says, currently playing New Vegas and doing well for no mouse. New Vegas is fun. I never finished it, and I want to go back and do it. I have it on the 360, which, never play Bethesda games on a console, man. You always want to play those on a PC. Plus, Fallout New Vegas is so old that it's optimized so well that it would run really well on my computer. So I've thought about rebuying it because I got it for free. New Vegas was one of the games of the month for Xbox Gold, and I got it for free, but, you know, the graphics aren't as good. So I've thought about getting it for the PC because then I'll have super nice graphics. I think it's only $10. Someone could verify that for me. But yeah, but yeah, it's one of the better ones. Some people say New Vegas is better than 4. I have no opinion on that. I liked 4 okay, and I liked New Vegas okay. I like them for different reasons. So it is what it is. Oh my god. The fact that we have so many incidents is also going to run our stim packs low. I need to get a stim pack factory sooner than later, and I need 14 dwellers to do it. Man, I don't know what to do about that. Like, I have ideas. Alright, I think I may have to start doing some pregnant ladies. Can't believe that sentence came out of my mouth. Alright, so, this is another cool thing about the game. The game is fairly smartly designed where, for example, I click living quarters, then the clipboard. Now I can assign whoever I want. This is a list of everyone we have in the thing. But again, you can have up to 200 dwellers, so this list might be huge. But you can click any of these headers to sort the list. So I want the highest charisma guy to be there. So we click this until we get to charisma. So our highest charisma person is Joshua Campbell. So we're going to reassign him over here. And then I'm going to grab whichever one of these two has higher charisma. That would be Betty Anderson. So we'll drag Betty Anderson up here. And then you are... your charisma's garbage. Andrea Peterson. I have to wait until this is over, though, before I drag her up. Come on, guys. Get the rad roaches out of here. Come on. Wow. Yeah, he's getting shit kicked out of him. Damn, I should have just let that resolve itself. We should have just run. Alright, so then we'll get her, put her up here. No, you know what? Let's just work on one girl at a time. Never mind. Get back to the diner, please. Back to the diner, please. Come on. Go back downstairs. Thank you. Alright, so these two are going to flirt and then they're going to bang. They have silly things they say, which you don't see unless you're zoomed in. You're like cholesterol, always messing with my heart. Tee-hee. So higher charisma makes this process go way faster. Because good God, this can take a while. I mean, they're not very smooth. You're so attractive. See, that's not a good pickup line. It is blunt, so I'll give them that. But, they're going to talk, and they're going to do a cute little dance, and then they're going to do a naughty dance behind the wall, and then she will become pregnant, and everything will be great. How are my explorers doing? Peter Morgan's getting a little close to 50%. Catching up on the chat. God damn it. Fucking... Like, seriously, there are way too many events in survival mode. I'm actually going to like how few events there are in frickin' normal mode. Catching up. Only played Fallout 3 and 4. Personally preferred 3. 4 felt too busy. 3 had a better wasteland atmosphere. I agree the 3 had a better wasteland atmosphere. Personally, I liked the base building in 4, which is why I liked 4 so much. But if you don't like the whole... the busy work of building bases, I can totally understand why 4 would bother you. It took me a while to learn how to do 4, because I didn't realize in Fallout 4 there's just a frickin' thing you can build that attracts more people to your place. I thought I had to keep going out to find NPCs to populate my bases. So it was weird. But once I finally learned that, I was able to play efficiently, and I really enjoyed the base building aspect. But, you know, to each their own for that one. But I do fully agree that 3 had a much better wasteland atmosphere. Let's see. Chibi says, most of my house is playing this. I assume Fallout Shelter? I'm replaying Fallout 3 for giggles, but we'll be going back to New Vegas because it's so much more fun. I agree. Let's see. Checking. I want to buy you a cheeseburger better? Yes! Because PyroFalkon made that, it is obviously the best pickup line ever. I can pick up any girl. In fact, the only reason my fan base isn't my harem is because they respect me too much? Sure, we'll go with that instead of the truth that no one buys my bullshit. We'll go with that. My current vault is 666. Nice. And, oh, you're doing it in survival? Oh, man, you are brave. Like, again, this is the first time I've done a survival mode vault. It's hard. It gets really difficult. So, it is what it is. But hey, it's a fun little challenge. Now, I'm thinking about buying the starter pack for this vault. But I already spent some money, and I don't feel like spending any more money right now, so it can go screw itself. Plus, I have to save money for, you know, food. Oh, hey, they're doing the dance. Okay, so when you have 2 dwellers doing this cute little dance, that means they are about 5 seconds away from banging. Also, it's one dance that I can kind of sort of do. We've been doing it right now, but no face cam, so you can't tell that I'm doing it, but I'm doing the dance. And soon they will be doing the no pants dance behind closed doors. We respect you too much for you to be a harem anime protagonist. Yes, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that is why I don't get the ladies moist just by the sound of my voice. I am so sorry I said that sentence. The number of fans who are desperate to see your face. You are my harem. Okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. I'm sure there's enough of us to fill in the classic tropes for a harem. Oh, I'm sure. That would be... I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think who would be my harem. Maybe we can discuss that in the Discord. Try to figure out who matches the tropes. Oh, always try to get people to come into rooms to deal with this, even deal with problems, even if you don't necessarily need to. Because oh hey, when Fallout Boy pops up, that means there's bangings happening. Whoops. Oh shit, did I just fuck that up? No, they're going. Yeah, we can be voyeurs here. Come on, where is it? Where's the banging? There it is. Hooray! And then the saddest part to me, though, once this happens, you'll see that the pregnant lady is very sad. She's like, "Oh, that was a terrible idea." All right, so you were part of the water team, so I'm going to send you back to the water team. And then we're going to get this lady up here. So, again, you want to spread out your pregnant ladies because the pregnant ladies will immediately run away from problems. So... so we can have one pregnant lady here, She's with the water treatment plant. So if there's any problems in the water treatment plant, she's going to just bail. But we can grab this dude, Jeffrey Harris, to run over here and help out Madison Martin to fix it. So yeah, so there we go. Let's see. Oscarna? Oscarana is... Who is Oscarana? PyroFalkon OPE, where we discuss cannibalism, incest, and polygamy. Hey, I love polyamory, man. I would date multiple ladies if I could. The nice thing about the Akamura is that she boy, I don't think we've discussed this before. The Akamura allows me to be polyamorous, which is interesting. Like, here is Pyro being real. So, I have lost one of my relationships due to cheating on her. It is not my proudest moment. I'm very ashamed of it, but I'm also not going to run from it or hide from it. And cheating was shitty, and I can also explain why I cheated on her, but I'm not going to because it frankly doesn't matter. It was my problem. It was my fuck-up, but there was a logical reason by the fact I cheated on her. Again, that's not an excuse. It's just an explanation. There was something I was missing from that relationship, which caused me to look outside that relationship. But that relationship ended as a result. Fairly, I bear zero ill will to the woman involved in that one. But that was my ex before I met the Akamura. And now that I have the Akamura, we actually had a discussion early on about polyamory, because when the Akamura and I started dating, it was open because I wasn't looking for any long-term partner, and I don't think she was either. She was too young for it, really, to really care that much. Plus, the first time we got together, we thought it was going to be a one-night stand. So we discussed it, and we agreed that polyamory is okay, as long as we have each other's permission and full understanding and open and honesty and transparency and everything. And the interesting thing is, because we had that discussion, and because the Akamura is okay with our polyamorous ways, I have zero desire to cheat on her, because there's no reason to. Like, if I want to go date someone else, I'll just tell her, and then we will discuss it like adults and figure out what we want to do, and then move on from there. So, like, to me, it's sort of like when I ban myself from food. Like, if I'm on a diet, the worst thing I can do is ban myself from food. If I tell myself zero soda ever, then I'm going to start craving soda. Women are not food, but it's sort of the similar concept in my brain, where if I order myself not to look at another woman, not to watch porn, not to even entertain the thought of an attractive woman that walks by me in the street, then I will start to see it more often, and I will start to desire it more often. And that's a personal problem in my brain, which I freely admit. But because the Akamura and I have discussed it, and it's not really a big deal for us, then it's also not a big deal when I see a woman that I find attractive, and just, you know, there's no desire whatsoever, because I'm not banning myself from looking or thinking or imagining. Like, it just doesn't matter. I imagine it. In fact, since the Akamura likes the ladies too, we might see an attractive lady and we're both like, she's cute, yeah, she is, and we just move on with our lives because that topic is done. So it's interesting. It works for us. It would not work for all of you or anybody. You know, don't let one person's lifestyle impact your lifestyle, because not everyone can handle polyam. My ex couldn't. There is no way my ex would have allowed me to stray. Zero chance, because she is very monogamous, which is fine. More power to her. But, you know, it didn't work for us. But the Akamura and I work very well together, because we have similar outlooks on just about everything in life, and that is one of them. So, hello, polyamory. It works for us. We enjoy it. And hey, that means I'm open for groupies, for all of my subscribers who are in my harem who want to be my groupie or some shit. I don't fucking know. Anyway, going back to what I was watching, to the chat. Catching up. Hello, Love Yandere. Thank you for joining the stream. Pregnant lady is me all the time, saying that's a terrible idea. Runs from problems too. The girl you do soccer. Oh yeah, that's the Akamura. That is my main co-host. She also goes by Sean. I may have slipped and said her birth name here just now, but whatever. Anyway, it's the Akamura or Sean. Sean is easier. S-E-A-N. So let's see. I wonder what trope I would fit into. Nerdy gamer dragon introvert. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much that. That is you, Ryu. 100%. Let's see. Catching up. Bad pyro. What is bad pyro? For wanting groupies? I like groupies. Oh, I can be a hugger too. So if I ever go to a con, if we ever do a con where I can actually have a panel and you guys meet me in person, you are more than welcome to hug me. The Akamura is the opposite. She doesn't want anyone to touch her, so whatever. But, you know, you can, I will give plenty of pyro hugs if one desires. But I love handshakes too. Like, handshakes are my favorite. Alright, so anywho, we are doing pretty okay right now. Our people are just getting the shit kicked out of them. I really, really need the med area. I need the med bay. And I need 14 dwellers to unlock it. Ooh, Peter Morgan's hurt. He's down to about 50%. So what I'm going to do is, after this situation resolves itself up in the bedroom, I'm going to reassign those dwellers to their individual rooms, and I'm going to stop playing this vault and switch back to my main vault. So, alright, so he's done. So Joshua Campbell, I had him in the power team. And poor Andrea Peterson, who is now sad. She's in the dining team, so we'll bring her back down. If you want to micromanage, you can strip your pregnant ladies of their weapons because, again, they will never fire. They'll just run away from any problem. And then redistribute their weapons to others who might use them better. But I tend not to micromanage that much. So the other thing I do is before I end a session, I make sure that my resources are as high as I can get them. So we're going to wait until I can max out my power, food, and water, and then I will make the switch. Because when you start off... Now, no matter how long it takes you between gaming sessions, resources are never taken from you. So if I stop it right now, then the resources are going to be around this level when I load the game again. But I don't like leaving unfinished business in games, just in general, especially games that go off real time. It's sort of like in Monster Rancher, all the Monster Ranchers I've played, if you've been watching them, whenever I end a recording session, I always say, Future Pyro, this is what we're going to be doing. Because if I don't do that, then I'm going to forget, and I know I'm going to spend like 5 minutes of the next episode trying to remember what the hell I was doing, and I don't like doing that. So I don't like having unfinished business. I'm a very organized person. So in Fallout Shelter, that takes this, that takes the role of this, where I'm like, I've got my business done. My business is done with this vault for now. So unless I'm going to sit here and watch, which I'm not going to do because it's going to take my pregnant ladies hours to pop, I want to get everything kind of organized before we move on. So, you know what? Let's see if we can upset a pregnant lady. Can't believe I said that. Once the diner pops, I'll try to rush it, and then if it fails, you'll get to see the pregnant lady run away in fear, which is really funny. Catching up. Are you implying you want us to be a breeding team? For practice, but I don't want kids. Otherwise, sure. I was about to say something even dirtier, but hashtag not a pervert, so I'm gonna save that. Extinguish one vault fire? Well, shit, that's easy. Alright, let's rush this and see if our pregnant lady runs away in fear. Nope, we got a success. Fuck it, rush it again. So every time you rush it, the chance of a problem is higher. Oh, here we go. I love that! That's my favorite animation! The arms flailing, the screaming, the running away. It's so my favorite. Alright, cool. We extinguished the fire. We completed a quest. even though we failed that rush attempt. No big deal. And then everyone goes back to their original rooms. So I don't know where our pregnant lady went. Oh, there she is. All right, so she comes back once the fire is over. So hooray, everything is fine. Yeah, so we're doing okay. Let's see. There's really not much more to do. Like I said, right now I'm just waiting. Another design decision I wish they added was that if you could see numbers up here. Now, you sort of can, for those who are familiar with the game and about to yell at me. You can see numbers up at the top, but you have to click up here, and then you see the numbers at the top. I wish the numbers would just stay there, because those numbers are more important to me than the meter. Especially once you get bigger, I mean, the meters don't change. So, you know, right now, food is out of 50, but like in my main vault, I think food is out of 225. Like, it's just such a massive number that the bars do not help me whatsoever. And then the vertical lines, close. The vertical lines in these bars indicate the safe level. So if the water or food drops to the left, if the water or food drops to the left of this horizontal, or rather vertical line, then the dwellers will start to get sick and their health will constantly start dropping. And if the power goes to the left of this vertical line, then rooms will start shutting down. The game is smart that it shuts down rooms that are unoccupied first, and then it shuts down rooms that are less important. So, like, first it'll shut down any unoccupied room, then it'll shut down rooms like the living quarters, which are less important because they don't do anything unless you have breeders happening. Unless maybe when a dweller is in a living quarter, they recover their health faster. It wouldn't surprise me. I haven't looked up information about it yet. But, like, it'll never shut down resource rooms if possible, for obvious reasons. Like, if it shuts down a storage room, that doesn't change anything. You still have storage space. So the game is smart about the way it does it. Like, it's really streamlined a lot of the mechanics in the game, which is why I love this game so much. Like, it's so well designed. It's a great game. I mean, fuck free to play. I would have easily paid $5, $10, even $20 for this game. Legit, I would have paid $20 for this game if they had charged that much, and didn't have any additional microtransactions. But, you know, it's by far my favorite free-to-play game. Catching up again. Let's see. Don't know if I answered. In Final Fantasy Tactics, run wizard single class. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know much about the single class runs you've come up with. I'd say flip a coin. I mean, I've got Coiny here. Coiny could choose for you. Always put my power rooms in the center. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can build your base however you want to build your base. The game is pretty flexible about all that stuff. The only strategy comes down to how easily you want to organize things. Eventually, you can get a thing called a Mr. Handy, which is a little robot who can collect resources for you so you don't have to click all the time. And Mr. Handy only collects resources from the current floor. So if we had a Mr. Handy, he wouldn't really help very much. Like, I could pick one of the 3 floors, and he would stay there, but he wouldn't collect multiple resources very often, which, whatever. It is what it is. Alright, it seems like it's going to take a while before we get any more resources, but we're in pretty good shape. So I'm going to recall all of our Wasteland team, because if I just leave them, they're going to die. So all 3 will get home safely. They will not take any further damage. And then when we come to this vault again, we can just we can just go from here, send them right back out once they heal, and that kind of thing. So we're going to save, and then I'm going to hop over to my main vault. Nope, turn that shit off. Don't need tips. We're going to go to my main vault, Vault 32. You can see a more advanced game, and I am doing more stuff there. So you can see what I am up to. We've got 58 dudes in there. Dwellers. And I think we may have ladies ready to pop, too. Wizards is... Oh, my God. All right, hold on. Whoa. Okay, so... Hold on. Everybody freeze. Okay, we'll take care of Lord Ariados. Coiny says tails. Coiny said tails. Okay, so every day when you jump in, you get a few free bonus caps for having people who are happy. They are happy if they are uninjured and fed and watered. You can get some bonus caps that way. But yeah, so you can see all sorts of madness is happening here immediately. So give me just a second to figure out where the hell we were. So here's my outfit workshop. And in this vault, I'm having the most problems with power. So I need strength-based items. So you click craft, and you can see here what outfits you can craft, what they do, and what they cost. So I want a strength +3, because anything below +3 is worthless. Well, not worthless, but like pointless. Just don't get anything under a +3. So here's military fatigues. If we equip a dweller with military fatigues, they get +3 strength, which helps with power, so craft that. Oh, wait. And you can see, in order to craft military fatigues, we need 1 race car and 1 thread. Because reasons, so do it. So now our girl here is going to start working on that, and she'll be done in an hour and a half of real time. Meanwhile, we have a weapon workshop, and he's working on a rusty laser pistol, which will happen in an hour and 11 minutes. Ah, raider attack! I don't have time for this! I don't have anyone organized! Alright, so from experience, I know how far my people can go. So we're going to move everybody up here. Because, alright, so my door guards will not be able to take out all 3, but they will usually take out 1. And then the door guards, or the raiders, go floor to floor, room by room. So they're going to do here, they're going to stay here and try to attack, then they're going to move over here. And that's why I moved 6 people into the room up here. Oh, shit. The guy's getting the shit kicked out of him. Whoa. Oh, cool. Yep, they killed 1 guy, so we click him and get some caps. And then the raiders move on into this room where they're going to get hit by... Oh, this lady doesn't have a weapon. There you go. Rusty laser pistol. There we go. They're dead. Raiders are dead. We get to collect the loot. Handyman jumpsuit. Good deal. Cha-ching. Okay, now to hit... Whoa, collect 6 outfits. Done. Okay, now to do level ups. And then down here, these rooms are training people. So this room is the classroom where people are gaining intelligence points. And again, each of these have to be clicked each time. And then the room below, this is the lounge. People are getting charisma points. And you can see that I have 6 pregnant ladies here. This is the breeding team. And the breeding team is gaining charisma because, again, the more charisma you have, the faster the whole banging situation happens, which is why I try to have the breeding team always working on their charisma when they're not working on, well, the dude. So we have to make them pop, so this symbol means that they are ready to pop. So you just click a baby. So here's Cynthia Mason. Excellent. Here is Kyle Mason. I change all the last names to the name of the dad, so I keep them straight and I know who's related to who. So this is Emil Mason. This is Teresa Mason. And this is Dorothy Mason. This is Benjamin Mason. So we've just added 6 dwellers to our vault. We are now up to 64 dwellers, as you can see in the top corner. But now the ladies are... Ah. Whoops. Get back here. So now the ladies are unpregnant. That's a word. So we're going to solve this problem. So my dude, the dad of all of this nonsense, is this guy, Samuel Mason. He's working on his strength because this outfit he's wearing, the business suit, provides a +4 to charisma. So his charisma's 8 right now, which is plenty high. I don't need to work on his charisma. The ladies are more important right now. So we're going to move... I have a second banging room now. I only had 1 before. But we're going to move Samuel Mason down here. And we're going to move 3 members of the breeding team down here. So he's gonna get to work on the breeding team. Yeah, so he's gonna flirt with all the ladies, and meanwhile I'm gonna look at all the children who have been born and don't have jobs, so we can assign them jobs. So when you click the dweller delay, you click the job and it sorts by jobs. Anyone on coffee break is an adult who has no assigned job. So Samantha Mason will just go down the list. Her best attribute is agility. Whoops. Well, shit, man. Now the list reorganized. All right, fuck it. Timothy Mason, your best is charisma? That's weird. All right, well, we'll put you on in the power room for now. Up. Samantha, here we go. Where is Samantha? She's gonna have a green. Oh, there she is. So, where are you going, Samantha? All right, we need to put you in the dining room because we're short on food. Kelly Mason here. She also has her highest stat is agility, so we'll stick her in the dining room as well. Deborah Mason, her highest is charisma, which does not help me. Come on, where are you? Alright, so we'll stick you in the... I guess we'll put you in this power room for now. And then Amanda Mason, her highest is also charisma. Put her in the alternate power room. And Todd Mason, his highest is endurance, which doesn't help. Put him in the power room. Alright, so now we have all the babies assigned. Things are going well. We already have another pregnant lady, so Denise Brooks is pregnant, so we will move her back into the lounge and move another one of the breeding team back down into the room. So Samuel Mason is working his magic down here and impregnating everybody. And I don't know if you heard a tone, but there was a little bit of a fanfare because we have 2 mascots who have arrived named Bottle and Cappy. There was Bottle. Oh, and there's Cappy dancing. You can hear with the music. So clicking Cappy, he spews out a bunch of caps for you. And that's a good way to get some caps. You have to do quests to deal with that, and I'll show you quests in just a moment. But I don't want to do anything else while Bottle and Cappy are here. Our food situation is not good. We're going to have to put the ladies who just got added, we need to give them some handyman jumpsuits because it gives +3 to agility. Wait, I hear Cappy. Where are you, Cappy? Where are you, Cappy? Oh, there you are. And Bottle is dancing too, and he's worth more. Ooh, he gave me a Nuka-Cola. Awesome. Okay, and then let's get all the ladies dressed in handyman jumpsuits to maximize their performance here. Can you wear one, or... Yep. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, now we have more speed happening here in the restaurant, because we are very short on food. Our food count's bad. We may have to upgrade this, actually. My restaurant's only at level 2? Might be level 1. So we should upgrade this, actually, because I'm running out of food. You can see my food count is constantly to the left. And thank you, Fallout Boy, for telling me that we have ourselves another pregnancy down in the bottom of the bunker there. We'll handle that in just a second. Yeah, our food situation's kind of rough right now. We gain 34 food every minute and 8 seconds or so. Catching up. Does your Nuka-Cola Quantum carry over to each vault? No, it does not. Nuka-Cola Quantum is specific to save files as well. That is the problem with buying loot boxes and such. It is what it is. It's just their pricing model, whatever. I don't know whether I dislike it or like it. It doesn't really matter to me. It's just the way the game works. So, all right. So we have another pregnant lady. Let's move our pregnant lady to the lounge and move another member of the breeding team into the banging room. The banging chamber. Let's see. We have... Do I only have one door guard? Oh, no. There's the other one. Right, yeah, you can only have 2 door guards. You can upgrade the... You can upgrade the vault door to give you more time to respond. I haven't needed to do that yet, because whenever you're attacked, you will, like, they will break in. It's just a matter of time. So upgrading the vault door and increasing the health of the vault door just means you have more time to react, which is not really a huge deal for me, because my door guards are good enough that they kind of keep things in check when we're attacked anyway. Or banging. That would suck if you butt a bunch in Survival Vault and everyone dies. Yeah, or if you buy a bunch of Nuka Cola Quantum and lose your save file or something, which is part of the reason why I don't put money into this usually. So yeah, I bought $5 worth of a starter pack here for this vault, and if this vault deletes itself, or if I delete it, if I move on, then I'm out that real world money. It is what it is. So it's a little unpleasant, but, you know, again, you don't have to spend money on this game, so I don't find it that big of a deal. In fact, the reason I did drop $5 on the game is I wanted to give back a little to the developers, because I've played this game a shitload of hours, both on my phone and on Steam, and I hadn't spent a cent until either today or yesterday, so I thought, you know what? The devs have earned the money. I've had a lot of fun with this game. I've had more fun with this game than I have some AAA title. I'm having way more fun with Fallout Shelter than I did in even 5 minutes of goddamn Gundam Breaker 3. As much as I love Kalo, I can't stand Gundams, and action games suck, in my opinion, when they're pure action and nothing else. The only thing that saved me with Gundam Breaker 3 was the customization. But other than that, I could not care less about that game. So I have had way more fun. Hell, I've had more fun. This will be controversial to some people, probably. I've had more fun with Fallout Shelter than I did with the first Shadows of Mordor game, which I just did not have fun with. I didn't enjoy it. So, you know, I figured kicking the devs $5 is not a bad thing. Like, yeah, it's kind of a waste. It's obviously overpriced. Whatever. I thought they've earned $5, so I gave them $5. It's really not a big deal. You know, whatever. To each their own, right? Can you add guns to the door? No, which is also stupid. And again, that is absolutely, like, one of the design things I would have done. The best you can do is have 2 door guards, and only 2. You can never have more than 2 door guards. But you will get weapons. I wish I had kept my old save, man. I wish I could have shown you that. I had a girl named Anna Lord. I got very, very lucky early on where I got power armor, which is the strongest armor in Fallout Shelter, and I got a minigun, which is one of the strongest weapons in Fallout Shelter. So I gave my girl, her name was Anna Lord, I gave her the minigun and the power armor, and when she served as a door guard, nobody got past her. She could take out I think she took out like 3 or 4 feral ghouls at one point. I was attacked by 6, and she took out most of them before they even got to the second room. She was amazing. And then I also sent her out to fight, and with power armor and a minigun and the maximum number of stim packs and rataways, she was out for a full real-world week and then came back on her own because she had maxed out her loot bag. And she came back with like 100 items. It was ridiculous. She did so well. And she still had stim packs left over. It was amazing. But I got rid of that save file because I started over like a fucking idiot. I should have kept that save file anyway, so I could have shown you how well she worked. But I didn't, and, you know, she is now in my mental hall of fame for doing so well in Fallout Shelter. But I'm hoping that I can get back to that point in this Fallout Shelter, this vault, even though, you know, like I said, I was super lucky with Anna Lord that I got her early. Like, I rolled her early. I got her from some random loot drop or something. And same with the weapon and same with the armor. Like, it was crazy. So, you know, I kind of miss her. I should not have deleted that save file. Thank God this finally unlocked. The nuclear reactor produces a butt ton of power. for the size of the room, and we need it. You can see how far over my vertical line is. That's because we don't have a whole lot of storage for power right now. But I can take care of that. Now you can see how much more clicking I'm doing here. Like, I'm constantly having to scroll around. There's things I'm constantly checking. I haven't even done a quest yet. I haven't checked my explorers yet. Like, it's a friggin' mess, man. I have so much I need to do. So, let's see. I think that... Oh, the nuclear reactor is only one tile? Really? Alright. So I'm going to destroy this room. Has dwellers assigned to it. Okay, so I wish you could just unassign people, but you can't. Let's move all 4 of these people into the storage room above. That's a good dumping ground. Like, putting them in a storage room is a good dumping ground. And then destroy that. What? Oh, she's assigned. Here, move over here. There we go. Alright, then we will build ourselves 2 nuclear reactors side by side. And then we will move all 4 of the people we reassigned here back down. My poor dwellers just don't know what to do with themselves now. They keep running back and forth. And then I will move the girl I had assigned there over here. Alright. So... Wow, that is very expensive. Oh, but I can store a ton of power. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I probably don't need to upgrade that yet. But that's good to know. Let's see. I'm watching the clock here, because the clock doesn't update until everyone's back in place. Okay, so we will gain 27 power every 3 minutes or so. Alright, that's not bad. And now that we have a much higher storage space, I'll be good to go for any emergencies. Okay, have I ever played MechWarrior Online? I have not. I generally am not interested in mechs or Gundams or anything of that nature. However, I have heard good things of MechWarrior Online. Is it a free-to-play game? Because I would be willing to check it out if it's free-to-play. But it's also adversarial from what I gather. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's not a whole lot of solo stuff you can do. And again, I'm not really a social gamer, which is ironic considering I have a freaking YouTube channel. But, you know, it just is what it is. And, you know, I just don't, I generally don't play games that I have to compete in. So, you know, but I would be interested if there's other stuff going on. So you can get pets. So Edward Frost's here has a little doggy, and the doggy makes things super easy when he comes back. The doggy, all pets have some sort of boost that they provide the dweller who is with them. So this, by the way, the dog's name is Trench. And his power is when I tell Edward Frost to come home, it takes Edward Frost 4 times, or it takes him 25% more. It takes him only 25% of the time to come home. So, I'll give you an example. Remember that I said that it takes half as long to come home as it does that they've been out. So he's been out 3.5 hours. It should take him 1 hour 45 minutes to come home. But because he has Trench, if I recall, it'll only take him 26 minutes. It's fan-fucking-tastic. So whoever your primary explorer is really benefits from this kind of pet. Now, obviously you can change pets around like their gear. Some pets help with room rushing. Some pets help with crafting speed. You know, every pet helps with other things. And you know, you can get very lucky if you find a good one. So Edward Frost has less than 50% health, but he has 24 stim packs and 25 rataways. So I'm not touching him. He's smart enough to only use stim packs when it would give the maximum benefit. So he's waiting until his hit points drop further before he uses one. So he's good. I don't have to worry about him. And then Margaret Lewis is also one of my explorers. She's got a bunch of stuff. She's found a ton of guns. I don't know where she's keeping them all. She still has 22 stim packs and 22 rataways, so she's good for a while, so I don't have to deal with her. She's been out exploring for 8 hours. And then here is my quest team. They have 5,000 caps on them. I'm going to burn the Nuka-Colas to bring them back so you can see a quest, but I want to sort of get a little bit more organized before I do that. Now, oh, more rat attack. More rat attack. Everyone on the current floor, come over here. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick, quick. Help out your friend. Help out your friend. Go, go, go. You can see how much less you have bullshit events, because that was our first event we had since I've loaded up this save. Like, and it took that long. It's ridiculous. Kill that mole rat. Yeah. Good job, everybody. Gain some experience and separate back to your rooms, and we are good to go. Oh, bye, Chibi. Although you're probably gone already. And Trench is adorable. It's free to play, purely versus. It's fun as long as you stay away from the big community. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. Versus is no fun for me. I had, who was it? Someone in the chat convinced me to play World of Warships. And there's a quick play in World of Warships where it's just you versus the AI. And I just did that all day. And, of course, the game was like, you get more experience and money by playing against other players. And I'm like, good to know, but still not doing it. So it is what it is. Oh, hey. Okay, our breeding team is fully pregnant. So I'm going to move our guy. So even though I do need to train Samuel Mason in Charisma, I want him to have another thing he can do. So I'm putting him in the power training room. So eventually, if we start to run into power problems, then he can work on power while the breeding team is pregnant. So, you know, they're just hanging out, drinking their soda, talking shit about guys, probably. So they're doing fine. Okay, so time to recall our our quest team. Come on back, guys. It's the most you're gonna hear me sing on this channel. Collect everything. Good job. So after the quest team comes back, it still takes them a second to get to the vault door, but there they are. They're walking super confident and happy, coming back from a quest. Oh, by the way, see how it's dark outside? This is going off your system clock, whether you're on your phone or on your PC or whatever. So if it's the day, this is a nice, bright, sunny sky. And if it's the evening, if it's a bit redder, which is pretty cool. I like it. So we're going to send these guys back on another quest. I'm going to heal him up first, make sure they're 100%. He's basically 100%. He needs some help. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go on a quest. So the quest list is here. It's the map icon. And all of these are quests that you can go on. And they have time quests as well. As you can see here, Easter is coming. Help the children of Adam recover an ancient artifact. I'm on quest number 3 out of 6 for this quest line. Confessor Alvarado has agreed to put a stop to radioactive spraying. What's going on here is the group Children of the Atom is going around spraying people with radioactive waste, and we don't know why. So, Confessor Alvarado has agreed to put a stop to radioactive spraying, and as a sign of goodwill, we've agreed to help the church recover a sacred circuit. Come on, let me click the fucking... I guess oh, there it is. We've agreed to help the church recover a sacred circuit board rumored to contain the data about the ancient rite of Easter. So let's assemble a team. So again, you can use anybody you want. So James is your dad from Fallout 3, and they have special, very powerful dwellers who are based off of the real characters. And for whatever reason, I've rolled James twice. So I have a level 44 James and a level 30 James, but they're part of my stim pack team, and I don't send them out for quests, even though I could, and they do very well. But I have Billy Clark, Nicholas Boyd, and Peter Baker. They are my quest team. So I'm going to assign them to the teams, and here you can change their gear and their armor, whatever. And then another quick Pyro Pro tip is when you're ready to assign things, you don't have to hit this plus button to keep adding stim packs. You just click the stim pack button. That auto-assigns the maximum amount. It's 25 each. Tell them to start the quest, and they are out of here. So once again, I'm going to make sure I have no unfinished business. We're going to make sure we do our level ups, collect any outstanding resources. You can see the quest team has gathered. One of them's lagging behind. But they're on their way. So the quest will happen in 9 real hours, which obviously I would not stay up for. 9.5. I would just shut down the game or, you know, get to it eventually. But for now, we're going to burn some Nuka-Colas so we can get there. So you guys can see what a quest is like. And don't worry about the burning of Nuka-Colas. Like, I always instantly spend them. I always spend them on getting quests done faster because it takes so flippin' long to get anyone anywhere. Eventually, you can upgrade your office so you can have up to 3 quests active at once. Right now, I don't have that upgrade, so we can only go on 1 quest at once. So, Ryu is nuking like crazy down in the chat. All right, so here we go. So we are moving on. So quests happen in pre-made vaults or areas. Ah, you must be the vault dweller sent to help us out. Adam be praised. I'm Brother Thaddeus, and this is Sister Olivia. The sacred circuit board here must be around somewhere here. Yeah, that. This is where Brother Will was last seen. And then you can talk. Are you going to help us find it? It never matters what you say. We're humble servants of Adam, not adventurers. Well, alright then. That's that. So anytime you see the glowies, you just click a glowy and bam, you get some loot. So I'm going to get a weapon, going to get some materials, and we're going to move on. Generally, in every room, you're going to have a fight. Although, so far, we've been lucky. Just strange. So while this is going on, you cannot access your vault. But your vault is, as when you turn off the game, in a state of kind of perpetual freezing. No resources are consumed, although no resources are gathered either. But the timers continue. So it's a good way to let the game get to play itself. So this is fighting. Everything is automated except critical hits. And the way critical hits work is after a certain amount of time, you'll see a reticle show up on the screen. You just click the reticle. When the little arrows are closest to the center, you will see it in action, I assure you. But that's it. This is combat. The only thing you can intervene in is you can change targets with your people, generally not necessary, or you can click a guy to heal them, you know, whatever it takes. Armor is partly a factor, which is why my guys are armored. You don't necessarily have to give them armor, but this helps, you know, helps them survive a little bit. My exploration team uses different armor, like they have luck armor on, but my quest team uses conventional armor because they will get into more fights. Let's see. I'm not sure Cute Shaman can use the nukes button. I can't remember where the who can use nukes, the nukes command, but I can add you to the regulars list so you can use it. I think it's restricted to regulars. And I have not added Cute Shaman to the... I'm surprised I haven't added Cosmic Phoenix to the regulars list. Let me get out of this quest and I'll add you both to the regulars list. That'll also give you caps protection, so Nightbot won't get pissy if you scream in all caps at me. But Nightbot still does not like symbols, so you can't use too many emotes or symbols. So there's the critical hit marker, but I'm not going to use them yet. You can save up your critical hits for later, because those mole rats were almost dead anyway, so I just let them go as normal. But I explore every room whenever I adventure, so we can get the maximum amount. Now I'll do a crit. So there you go. You have infinite time to click that. You just hit it when the arrows are as close to the center as possible. Bam! See ya. Bam! See ya. Damn, I'm not usually that lucky. Good job, everybody. Keep on rolling. So yeah, always explore everything for maximum loot. You have infinite time here. It does not matter how long you stay when you adventure. So I just explore every freaking room so I can get every freaking piece of loot, because loot is what you are here for. It's all about their loots. Bam! Suck it. So you may have noticed that that reticle was moving a little slower. I forget which of the special stats influences how quickly it moves. It could be agility, because Peter Baker has a lot of agility compared to our other 2 people. So I think having higher agility makes it move slower, so you can really aim your attack and get the maximum amount of damage. Please don't shoot! I got separated from the group. I thought I'd seen our missing brother Will and tried to follow him. In the end, it was just a huge mole rat standing on its hind legs. Can you tell us about Easter? That it's coming? Also, it's the time when the daylight is saved. Praise Adam. Ha 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 puns. Although it wouldn't surprise me if that's what people think of our society in 200 years after the apocalypse has wiped out most of humanity. So, whatever. We're just going to keep on going here. Will I record a Terra-less FF6 run? I want to. One thing that's stopping me is the Akamura. Like, I want her to sing the song again, and if she refuses to sing the song again, I probably won't do it. I want to. It's been over a year since I played Final Fantasy VI. This would be the year that I would do it, because when did we do the original run? Was it 2014, I think? So it's been almost 4 years since I did it for the channel? Surely it couldn't have been that long. Maybe it was 2016 when I did the run. No? I don't remember. Someone can look that up. Anyway, but yeah, it's been long enough that I wouldn't mind doing it. I would even play the Steam version, because then you get the better translation, which I think would make for a nice side-by-side comparison with the run I did. So you'd get the better translation, you get the high-def graphics that a bunch of people hate, and I would explain why while playing it. And then you also would get, but you would get the better sound. Like, so the Game Boy Advance version uses the better translation, but it has a worse sound, because the Game Boy Advance version, of course, has a shittier sound chip than the Super Nintendo. So it's like the Super NES version has better sound but worse translation, and the Game Boy Advance version has worse sound but a better translation. So then when they remade the game again for mobile and Steam, you're getting the better sound and the better you're getting the better sound, and you're getting the better translation, and you're getting sharper graphics that, again, some people hate, but I don't. I think they're better. I would play the Steam version. Plus, I don't have any achievements on the Steam version yet. I haven't even turned on the Steam version. I own the Steam version, and I have not yet played Final Fantasy VI for Steam. How fucking weird is that, man? So if we do it again, I will definitely play it for the Steam version. It will definitely be a Terra-less run, because I've never done that before. And hopefully the Akamura will sing the song. If she doesn't, it's fine. You know, whatever. I don't want to force her to do it. And regardless, I could actually, if I was desperate enough, I would just replay her singing it. I would just take that file and overlay it on top of my footage. But I don't want to go that route if I don't have to. But we haven't discussed it yet. We'll probably discuss it at some point. But I would be interested in doing it. Like I said, it's been a while since I. Oh my God! They've got reinforcements. Hold on a minute. This one's gonna get a little serious. You need to target not the boss. The boss, because either everyone needs to target. You know what? Everyone target the boss. Everyone target the boss. No, don't die! Everyone target the boss. Give me some crit hits. Come on, man. Oh my God, we might actually lose somebody. I'm running out of stim packs very quickly. Holy shit. Everybody take out the boss. Come on. Come on, he's almost gone. Give me some crit hits. Alright, yes, now work on your individual enemies. There we go. That's what I needed. Bam! Still wasn't even a kill shot. Holy shit, man. Bosses are no joke in this game. Like, they will wreck your shit if you're not prepared. That's why I never send a quest team out with less than the maximum number of stim packs and rataways. Whoo boy! There we go. And I got a Nuka-Cola Quantum out of it. And a circuit board? Oh, I guess that was the circuit board that we were looking for. So now, as you can see up here, there's an exclamation mark by the map. That means we can finish the quest, but again, I check every flippin' room before I leave. There's still a floor to explore, but luckily the challenges are not going to be that bad. That was a boss room, so shit got real there for a minute. 2014 was when I did it? Wow! So it's been 3.5 years, almost 4 years, since I did Final Fantasy VI? That's amazing! Oh, man. And, like, that was back when I didn't clean up my sound, so, like, that also had, you know, my most embarrassing moment of the channel, in my opinion, which was where, during the fish sequence, I tried to fake being angry, and it just comes off as awkward and stupid. And I would never do that nowadays, so, I wouldn't mind doing the series so I can make that part right. You know, I wouldn't be screaming my goddamn head off during the fish sequence. I would shit on it, but, oh, and I will give a pre-spoiler to some of you, which I think would be funny, especially to Lord Aridos. I'm just going to let Sid die during the fish sequence this time. Like, fuck him. I don't want to deal with the fish sequence, and we saved him last time. So if I let him die, you guys can see what it's like. Plus, it's a lot harder to save him when you use touch controls. Now, I think it'll be a little easier on Steam because I'd have the mouse at least. But I don't think I can use my controller. I might be able to use my controller. But either way, you know, it's so much harder to save him when you have to click drag. Like, I think I saved him... I think I saved him in... when I played the mobile version, but it was so difficult, it literally took me close to a half hour to 45 minutes on that one fucking sequence. I should have just let him die. But yeah, I'll just let him die when we get to that in this run. You should do a run where you kill off as many people as possible and get the worst ending. Well, there's only one ending of Final Fantasy VI, as far as I'm aware. But... one of the things you can do, a major challenge, and I haven't even tried it, you can take on the boss, the final boss in the final dungeon of Final Fantasy VI when you only have 4 people. And it would probably be fucking impossible unless you grinded those 4 people up to level 99 before you attempted it. But in order to do that, that would also mean you would forego all of the best stuff in the game. So even if you grind to level 99, you're still going to have shitty magic. So I don't think it'd be possible. And I'm never going to do that because grinding that much would drive me up a fucking wall. So, but it is possible to do that. And so what happens in Final Fantasy VI is everybody has a specific ending sequence. So if that person is not part of your party during the final dungeon, you just don't see their ending. The only thing I haven't done, though, is try to play and beat the entire game without Terra because she's so important to the story. And she's in so many different endings at the end of the game that I'm curious what will happen if she's not with you. So that's what we would do for that run. And I do want to do it. Like I said, I want to do it. I just don't want to do it without the Akamura. And that's what it comes down to. I don't know when or if she'd be interested in helping me out with that. But we can discuss it. We'll discuss it off camera, and we'll figure something out. All right, so I'm back here. We rushed back from the quest. We are down to 3 Nuka-Colas. And I love that. You just click it, and bam, here's how you can buy some. You know, it is what it is. It's a free game. It's fine. It's silly, but it's fine. So everyone is back, but not only are they a little wounded, but we have less than the maximum number of stim packs now, which is this team. So we're going to have the... We're going to let the adventuring team just hang out. Well, I may as well assign them a room. I think, oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm just going to let them hang out for a minute. It doesn't matter what they do. They can just be. Oh, we can assign them here. That way this room is manned. That's what we can do. Like, they're not going to get to do anything because they're all dudes, so they're not going to be banging. Because apparently in Fallout Shelter, homosexuality and bisexuality doesn't exist. But it's just a gameplay mechanic, so that's no political statement or whatever. It just is what it is. You only use these rooms for banging and increasing your population. Where's that mysterious stranger? I heard his tone, but I cannot see him. Oh, there he was. He was in the elevator. Damn it. All right. So these three are going to hang out. This can actually test if they recover faster in here, too. I hope they do. All right, so they're just going to hang out. I'm going to run off to the bathroom real quick. I was not planning on streaming, as I said, and I've been drinking coffee, so I need to pee really badly. So I will be right back. Give me just about 45 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club. I find that game to be a goddamn masterpiece. It is fan-fucking-tastic. It's better when you play it blind, obviously. But, holy shit is it disturbing. It may not affect those of you who frequently consume horror or whatever, but the developer of that game fucking knows how to do psychological horror. Because that game, it is so disturbing. It is so fucking good. And he knows exactly how to screw with you, and how to screw with the game engine, and screw with your own files. It's so good, man. I think it's a masterpiece, and I don't say that lightly. Like, again, as I said earlier in this entire stream, I am not a type of person who says, this game's the best game ever, this game's the worst game ever. Like, I don't do that. I don't do that. And I find Doki Doki Literature Club a fucking masterpiece for video games. I add that qualifier not to denigrate it, but I add the qualifier because Doki Doki Literature Club... Okay, here's Pyro blathering like an asshole. There are a lot of complaints in the video game industry that I agree with when it concerns the number of cutscenes in video games nowadays. Because a lot of developers, such as David Cage, really want to be movie directors rather than game developers. But they... for whatever reason, didn't get into movie making. They got into video games. I believe that video games can be whatever they want to be. So I am not the type to say that... because when Heavy Rain came out, a lot of people said it wasn't really a game because it was nothing but QuickTime events. I find that bullshit. I think Heavy Rain is a video game. Video game can be whatever it wants. The definition of what a video game is incredibly broad. So... it can be, a video game can be many, many, many things. It can have many different mechanics. It can have a lot of different elements to it. So, I believe Heavy Rain is a video game. Whatever. It is what it is. So, but, that said, it also does not have as many traditional elements to what it is. So, it's not a game that you... play. It's a game, it's interactive fiction, and that's fine. I still count interactive fiction as a video game, okay? But it's still a different genre. Like, interactive, so like, I'll put it like this. Platformers and interactive fiction are both video games, But not all video games are platformers. Not all video games are interactive fiction. Not all video games are RPGs. You know, it's all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. So I think interactive fiction is a 100% perfectly valid form of video game, and it can take many forms. So, you know, but you can tell, like, David Cage really wants to be a movie director. Now, I bring this up because I say that Doki Doki Literature Club is a horror game. It's a horror VN, but it could not work unless it was a video game. See, that's a big difference, because Metal Gear Solid has a bazillion cutscenes. It could work as a movie. PT, assuming it had come out, could have worked as a movie. Silent Hill works as a movie. Resident Evil works as a movie. That is not to say that the ones that came out are good, you know, but, like, in the hands of a competent director and a competent cast and with competent writers, you know, Resident Evil can be a movie. So there are differences in the genres when it comes to how well it's executed. So the best examples are for properties that have been successful in multiple mediums, like Alien. Alien was a good movie in most people's opinions. I've never seen it. But Alien Isolation is also a good game. But they didn't try to do each other. Like, Alien was a movie. Alien Isolation was a game. They knew what they needed to do. They stayed in their lane, and they executed well. So Doki Doki Literature Club is a fucking masterpiece because it knows, the developers know, how to act with video games, specifically visual novels, and they did such an amazing fucking job that not only is it free, which is good, it's very disturbing in the right ways. There's only like 2 jump scares. The rest of it is psychological horror, which is fucking brilliant. And because it's free, and because it had hidden files, and because it had a whole augmented reality metagame, not augmented reality, a metagame that took Reddit by storm and had to, you know, have a bunch of smart people try to figure out what the fuck was going on with it. Like, it's a masterpiece, and the whole thing is a fucking marketing tool for another game the developers are coming out with. And it's brilliant. I cannot say enough good things about Doki Doki Literature Club. It's brilliant. It works on the psychological horror level. It works on a community level because it gets people involved in it. With the metagame, it works as a marketing tool. It just works. It is so brilliant, and it could not work outside of this medium. It could not work as a book. It could not work as a movie. It could not work as a television show. It could not work as a music album. It could only work as a video game, which is why it's a goddamn masterpiece. Psychological horror. I will do that, Kalen. Psychological horror is horror that does not rely on cheap bullshit jump scares. And the thing is, I hate bullshit jump scares, which is why I'm never going to play fucking FNAF. But I like psychological horror because I just fucking like I can tolerate it. I don't mind shit being disturbing. A good example of psychological horror is basically Silent Hill, because even though, like, Silent Hill relies on monsters, sure, but they don't jump at you. Like, Silent Hill, I forget which Silent Hill it was, but there was a good Silent Hill where, like, you're exploring a diner and you have to just figure out shit that's going on. And then the walls start bleeding, you know, which is fucking weird. And then, hey, Bottle and Cappy. And then, like, you turn and now there's a grate that's open that wasn't there before. And you know it's there, and you know something's going to happen, but you don't know what's going to happen. And then, you know, you turn around and do some other shit, and then say a monster crawls out of that vent. Like, it doesn't have to jump you, but that sense of unease, that sense of not knowing what's going on, that sense of dread and low-key terror, like, that is what makes a good game, in my opinion. It's fan-fucking-tastic. And that's what Doki Doki Literature Club is good at. Now, to be fair, psychological horror is one of those things that it is more cerebral. So, like, some things that will work on me won't work on you. So, a good example... Do you have a gun, sir? You do have a gun. Good. A good example is eyeball damage. Like, we all know that I have a legitimate fear of eyeballs and eyeball damage. And there's one point, and I won't spoil where, but there's one point in Doki Doki Literature Club where you're speaking to a character, and all of a sudden that character's eyes disappear and turn into this weird black gook. And it happens without sound effects, which is fucking weird. It happens out of nowhere, and it's subtle, and no one even comments about it. Like, that is super disturbing to me, like, because it just happens out of nowhere, and it's just weird. And I hate a lack of eyeballs, and I don't like, you know, it's just weird, man. It's weird. I'm thinking about it. It's fucking weirding me out. So, like, that shit is what works on me very easily. But for someone who doesn't have the fear of eyeball damage or whatever, it probably wouldn't bother you. You know, so the problem with psychological horror, so to speak, is it's very individualized. Which is why it's tricky to pull off, and it won't work on everybody. But, you know, it works on me, and that shit I can get into. I hate gore, and the game Doki Doki Literature Club is not very gory. There's blood in a few parts, but it's nothing bad. But beyond the eyeballs disappearing, there's no gore. There's no body parts. There's no dismemberment. There's no gross, like, and that's what I can't handle. I can't handle gore, and I can't handle blood. I can't handle entrails. I can't handle any of that shit. I don't like it. It's not even... I'm not even scared of gore. I'm just grossed out, and I don't want to deal with it. So, like, I don't like slasher movies, like, say, Friday the 13th, because that's all that is. That's where the horror comes in. Friday the 13th is all about jump scares and gore, and it's not my thing. But psychological horror, I can sort of dig. And Doki Doki Literature Club is so good about it. So good, man. I cannot even begin to tell you how good it is. So fucking good. But I'm not going to play it for the channel ever. So, there you go. Yes, there is a character that bleeds from the eyeball. I was trying not to say that to save spoilers. But yes, there's a character that starts bleeding from the eyeball. That fucked me up too. That's one of the things that messed me up too. But, you know, it worked, and that's the kind of horror that I can at least respect and enjoy and try to appreciate playing and being a part of, whereas jump scares are just not my thing. Alright, now I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Doki Doki. Yeah, yes, Doki Doki Literature Club, to answer Love Yandere. That is what it was a marketing tool for. The developers are making a legit horror game. I mean, Doki Doki Literature Club is a legit horror game, but they are making I think, a more conventional horror game, and the characters of Doki Doki Literature Club are part of that, and that's what they are doing later this year, I believe. And that's what it was an advertising thing for. So, Kaylin says, I'd rather have the jump scares over the side. I'll say this, like, I don't like jump scares, but they don't stick with me like psychological horror does. But my brain can settle psychological horror much easier than jump scares. Like, jump scares they won't keep me up at night, but I'll keep, like, they'll be in the back of my mind. Whereas with psychological horror, I tend to, like, look through it and try to find the reasons that bothered me more than letting it bother me. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I can handle it. So, let's see. I might pass on that. Yeah, I would suggest if you want to do Doki Doki Literature Club, or if you want to experience it without playing it, watch the Game Grumps play it. Yeah, I would say watch the Game Grumps play it. The only thing is they take for goddamn ever because they make too many jokes about it during the first part. Because Doki Doki Literature Club is in 3 acts, and the first act feels like a normal visual novel, which is The Point, and I'm not going to say any more than that. Like, shit starts getting weird at the end of that one. So when the Game Grumps played it, they cracked a lot of jokes during the first part because the two Game Grumps are Danny and Aaron. And Aaron knew what was going on with it, but Danny went into it blind. He had no idea. So he thought it was just some dumbass little visual novel that they were going to fuck around with. So Danny cracks a lot of jokes, makes a lot of funny voices, does a lot of bullshit. So it takes a long time for them to get through the first act. But once things start ramping up, like, his reactions are good because he didn't know what was going on with it. So he got to experience a lot of it blind. He would work sort of as an audience stand-in because a lot of his reactions are probably what most people's reactions are if they go into the game blind. But then right before they got to the end of the first act, I wanted to play it myself, so I just stopped watching and played it myself. And then I went back to watch them finish it. And I would say they did a pretty good run of it because Markiplier did it too, but I think Mark knew what was going on, and so he just sort of did it a little goofy, and his reactions were a little less genuine, but that's how Markiplier does his show, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'd say watch a Let's Play. It's not too bad. Again, there's nothing too horrible, but if you don't want to, like, if it's not your thing, don't watch it. Like, you know, I never want someone to force themselves to watch something that they're just not into. Okay, now that I'm done blathering about fucking Doki Doki Literature Club, we're going to go for this next quest. Springtime for Adam. We think Brother Will, the church initiate who has gone missing, may have been kidnapped by a bunch of raiders camped nearby. We'll send a team to rescue him, then inform Confessor Alvarado if and when we've brought him back to safety. So we're going to bring in, or send out, our quest team, Billy, Nicholas, and Peter, and give them maximum stim packs and maximum rataways and tell them to go. Now, it would take 6 Nuka-Colas to have them get to the quest immediately. We only have 3, and I'm not dropping real money on Nuka-Colas. So they are gone, and they will not do their quest until... Ooh, I can't even pull it up yet. Come on, let me pull it up. I guess they have to exit the building first. There we go. So they're not going to reach that quest for 11 hours. Real time, 11 hours. So they're gone. That's fine. We will deal with them tomorrow. Or I will deal with them tomorrow, because I doubt I'll stream this again. But, you know, there we go. So I guess I'm basically done with Fallout Shelter. I don't mind continuing the stream, though, because this is fun. And I still wanted to do, as I said at the end of the financial report, I wanted to do a Zen Time with Pyro stream, because we had theorized about that last month or 2 months ago. And Zen Time with Pyro is basically me streaming a game that I'm playing and not really talking all that much. Basically low commentary, because people find my voice relaxing, and even though I intentionally project a little bit more and I try to be more dynamic when I do the streams, I can try to turn that off, and then you guys can just enjoy my voice, and I can lull you to sleep or whatever you use my voice for. Like, legit, I know there are a few fans who use my voice to calm their anxiety or to help them sleep, or to help them relax. And certain series are better than that than others. Like, if I'm screaming at let me think, what... anything with Yakamura, which is nothing against her, just we talk more loudly. Anything where I do a lot of laughing, like the Oregon Trail stream, like those aren't good to fall asleep to. But Monster Rancher, when I go solo, tends to be a lot of people's favorites that they'll just put on and listen. Listen as I lull them to sleep, which is cool. So anyway, I'm wanting to do more of that. I'm going to call it Zen Time with Pyro. A good one that I've always wanted to do, one that I have always wanted to do, and I've just told myself that I can't do it at this point because there are too many channels that do it, and now I think I can because it's past the popularity of the game, is Minecraft. I thought about doing my favorite activity in Minecraft, which is strip mining. And all that is I block off a section, and I always do 16 by 16 for reasons. It has to do with Minecraft, but whatever. I fence off 16 by 16, and all I do is dig. And I dig until I hit the bottom of the map. And that's it. And I think that if I do that series, like if I make a video of me strip mining, where all I do is just relax and talk to you guys while I strip mine, I think that might go over pretty well, because you're going to hear my voice. I will just talk about whatever, and I'll be nice and relaxed, because I can't really be all that excited about strip mining in Minecraft. It's not like we're going to have tons of spider jockeys attacking us all the damn time. And I think that would help people. Like, it might help you go to sleep. Now, it's probably better. It would have been better if I did it, you know, back during Minecraft's highest popularity, but fucking whatever. It's like Minecraft is old enough that it's not very popular anymore, per se, but it would still, like, I don't know, for anyone who just wants to listen, I think it would work. I've thought about different ways I could screw with it. I've thought about doing Minecraft, but what is the thing that's popular now with the light touches that produce no sounds but is very calming to some people? It's like ASM or ASML or AMSL or something like that. I thought about basically doing strip mining to that, like either do a face cam or a non-face cam, but like have a camera of something like that happening while I'm strip mining, or just speaking in my normal voice about whatever the hell is on my mind while strip mining. But either way, it would probably be really relaxing to watch, and I've thought about doing that. It wouldn't be a big series. It would just be an experimental video, but, you know, whatever. Catching up. Yes. I agree. Like, yes, Doki Doki Literature Club is like that. It did give me a minor amount of anxiety when I played it, but I knew what it was going into it. And like I had said, I knew what was going on when I watched the Grumps play, and then I wanted to experience it myself before any of the really big stuff happened. So, but it did stress me out, but it wasn't as bad for me as if it was a gory jump scare fest. So I didn't mind it, but I still find it fucking brilliant. I think it is one of the best damn games I've ever played. But it could not work in any other medium, and it was also the perfect length. Actually, it may have been a little long, I think, but it was a good game. Damn good game. Digging from the top down, I see you're turning around. 4 tall, then 10 by 10 wide. Yeah, I might do that. Like what I would do in Minecraft, the way I played it is I would fence off 16 by 16, and then I would start somewhere. It didn't matter where. And then I think I usually did it. I don't know how to describe it other than grass mowing, which is where I basically went like one row across, and then I moved one column, and then I did that whole row. Then I moved one column. Then I did another one. Whereas I could also do, you could go clockwise and work toward the center or whatever. Oh, we have a random event. Edward Frost has discovered a super duper mart. Do you want him to go in? Hell yes. We get good stuff from going in there. But yeah, either way with strip mining. The reason I would strip mine and go downward, so the reason I did the 16 by 16 is because 16 by 16 is a size of a chunk, and a chunk in Minecraft is where you would get any sort of stuff. Like, there are so many diamonds that spawn per chunk. There's so many redstone and gold that spawns per chunk. So I zone off 16 by 16, and then I just wind my way down. And eventually I would find that. But you are right. Like, if you are specifically going for resources, it's better to start, I think I looked it up once. It's in the Minecraft wiki. But basically you want to start at, I think, 28 above ground, which is, I guess, the Z coordinate. You would want to start off at about 28 and work your way down. But I did it for the Zen. I strip mine for the Zen, not for resources. Well, I guess both. When the Akamura and I played, if I was going out of my way for resources, then I would, you know, stay down and expand outward. But often I would strip mine just for the fun of it. That's in my, that's in Oh man, have you guys seen that video? That's one of my very first videos, where the Akamura and I met essentially for the first time, and I memed on her immediately. What is it? It's Minecraft Skywriting. That was my very first spoken series on the channel. Oh my god, I got a lunchbox. Holy shit. Alright, we're recalling this guy immediately. Because I want that lunchbox. You never want a lunchbox to stay in someone's inventory. You want to open that shit. Oh man, that worked out so well for us. Because it could contain a new dweller or some powerful gear. So you want those lunchboxes. Alright, hold on. Get your ass back here. 31 minutes, man. See, without Trench, it would take him 2 hours and 7 minutes to come back. And now he'll be back in only 31 minutes. He is saving what did I say? Like 1 hour 50 minutes? Somewhere in there. Anyway. He's saving a fuck ton of time. And 31 is low enough that I'm not even going to burn a Nuka-Cola. I'll probably stream another 31 minutes, no problem. So, alright, low storage space. How low is low storage space? Oh, we're fine. We still have 30 slots. Fucking whatever. Not too worried. Can I upgrade any of my rooms, or do I have them upgraded? Oh, I can upgrade them. Fuck yeah. Let's upgrade those warehouses, baby. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Very expensive to upgrade, but... Let's see, I think these are... So that's... Yeah, they're all level 2 now. Okay, that's fine. I just dropped 10,000 caps on that shit, too. But now, our maximum is 265. Yeah, we're good on storage space for a while. Absolutely. Alright. Catching up. Oh yeah, so if you want to check out those videos, search for PyroFalkon Minecraft Skywriting. It's very boring. It was my very first series. You can tell I'm trying too hard. My voice isn't nearly as dynamic. I don't have my good equipment. I didn't noise gate. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It was the very start of my YouTube career. But I demonstrated how I skywrite without mods, and I thought I was being clever, but I didn't realize that, you know, YouTube was doing that shit long before I did it. But I made those for me, because, again, that was before the channel really existed, so I didn't know what I was doing. I was just playing it. But I showed my strip mine hole, and I accidentally fell my ass into a bunch of lava because I found out the hard way that, okay, so if you're playing Minecraft, if you're ducking by holding shift, you cannot fall off ledges, but that does not work for staircases. So I was holding shift, and I tried to walk off my staircase, and it totally worked, and I fell into lava and lost all my stuff, and I was like, I was holding shift! And I was holding shift, but it's because shift doesn't work on staircases. It was a funny moment, but the Akamura loved that enough that she was quoting me for the next couple weeks, and that was when we had, like, first met, so I'm like, aw, this girl is sweet if she's already quoting me and letting me, or enjoying my silly stuff that I do. So that was the start of a beautiful friendship, relationship. Anyway, but if you don't want to watch it, it doesn't matter, fuck it. Anyway, let's see, what time is it for you? Oh, you guys are chatting. Pyro, when do you want to try that and further the airship? As soon as you can. We are ready to expand the airship in Final Fantasy XIV. That is what Caitlin is talking about. The Akamura has made the materials needed, and in fact, we've tried to work ahead, so I think we can upgrade a couple more times, hopefully. I need to get some silver ingots put together one of these days. Shit, I should do that tonight while I'm editing episodes, because that's nice and zen. Oh man, that would work for Zen Time with Pyro too, if I just take Ruin out to mine for fucking 3 hours or whatever. Oh hell. Damn, that would make a decent... Oh man, I need to think about that. Okay, anyway. But yeah, we are ready to advance now. I think we can go one more level? And then we would have to build more stuff? But I'll have to check. I'll have to check. Of course, you can check. I mean, I'm not trying to pass it off to you. But you can always go into the company workshop. Yes, Ryu, that's one of the things we've been kind of busting our asses for. Like, once you can build an airship for your guild, you can go on voyages to get rare stuff. And that's something the Akamura and I are trying to do. There's an area in the game in Final Fantasy XIV called the Diadem. And nobody likes going there, and I don't know why. But a lot of people hate it. Apparently the rewards aren't very worth it. But there are some things you can only get in the Diadem or certain other areas. And the way the game is, you cannot enter the Diadem. Well, there are two options to enter the Diadem. You either need a full random party, which is basically impossible because everybody hates the Diadem, or you have to have your own airship and fly there. So that's why we are going so hard to get an airship, because we want to go to the Diadem. I've never seen it. I want to go there. Even if it's shitty, I want to explore it. So we're trying to get the airship together so we can go. So if you, whenever, or if you don't want to, that's fine. But if you rejoin the game, it's more fate grinding. Oh, that would explain it. Fate grinding sucks. But anyway, if anyone ever rejoins Final Fantasy XIV, I have a guild. It's not the biggest. We don't have the biggest house, but goddamn, we have an airship, or we're getting there. And I will help anybody with anything. I am a double level 70. Between the Akamura and I, we can craft any item in the game pretty much. Like, we have a small empire, but it is an empire. So if you ever play Final Fantasy XIV, let me know. Join my guild. We will help you out. We will rush you through dungeons, or at least assist you in dungeons. And we will do anything you want to do for us to make your life in Eorzea a better experience, because I fucking love Final Fantasy XIV. I will grieve when those servers sunset, which they hopefully will not do for a long, long-ass time. But yes, that is what we are gunning for. And then after we build the airship, we can build a submarine to do other similar things. And I'm eager to do that too, but the airship comes first. Okay, that was a lot of talking for me. God damn. Thank you, everybody, for your patience and your views when I talk like a lunatic about games that I'm passionate about. Because I'm very passionate about Final Fantasy XIV. Which is, it's kind of funny because at the end of the day, I'm still fairly casual about Final Fantasy XIV. I don't do any of the super upper mega class raids because they are not fun for me, because I don't like playing in groups usually. In dungeons, for example. Okay, so if you are not a Final Fantasy XIV player, that is correct. You cannot join the guild on a free account. But anyway, if you're playing Final Fantasy XIV, the tank, the one who absorbs most of the damage and the one who sets the pace in dungeons, most tanks in the game are players who just want to get shit done, so they do what are called big pulls, which is where they go into a dungeon and grab as many enemies as they possibly can. It's stressful and I hate it, and but that's what most players do, and it pisses me off. But that is why I like playing with the Akamura, because she never does big pulls. She only does small pulls, which upsets other players for other reasons, but fuck them. The tank sets the pace in MMOs. So, you know, that's why I always like playing with people I know, so I know what I'm getting into. But with the raids, even with the Akamura, you have to just go, and it's a goddamn madhouse, and I don't like goddamn madhouses. I like playing games slowly, as you all can tell, and as you all know from watching me play over the years. And as I'm getting older, I'm getting more confident and comfortable with that, where, like, I don't particularly care if people dislike the way I play games or whatever for my channel, or whatever. I play games my way, and that's the end of that. And if people don't like it, they can go find a different channel to subscribe to, like a speedrunner, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, and that makes me sound like an asshole, but I don't really mean for it to make me sound like an asshole. It's just that, you know, I like games my way, so it is what it is. And that's it, I guess. I like playing games my way. So that's what I tried to do. Alright. More Pyro Pro tip if you play Fallout Shelter. Even if you expand your storage space, your med packs, I'll show you down here, your stim packs and your rataways, The maximum number is based on how big your medical bay and your science facilities are. So we are at the maximum number of stim packs, which is why it's red. My maximum number of rataways is 25, but I'm going to expand it to 35, and the way I'm going to do that is we are going to expand our radiation room, if I can frickin' find it. Where is it? There it is. Science lab. Boop. So now our maximum is 35, and I'm going to move a couple of my peeps, a couple of my science peeps over here, so we can get that done a little quicker. And then I'll probably send out someone to start exploring a little bit, because, I mean, we may as well, right? So I can't go on any more quests, and the breeding team is still not ready to pop, so we're just kind of hanging out at the moment. Closest I got to Final Fantasy is Kingdom Hearts. I mean, Final Fantasy XIV... Final Fantasy XIV has become one of those series that there is no such thing as a Final Fantasy game anymore, in my opinion. Which is not to say there ever was. I'm saying there never was. That is, every Final Fantasy is a little different. So, like, when Final Fantasy VIII came out, people bitched and moaned that there were cars and that there were machines. And then when 7 came out, people bitched about it too, but 7 was so good that no one bitched for very long. And then 9 came out and people said... I think people said it was more classic, but 10 came out and people said it wasn't Final Fantasy because they made a lot of conventions with movement and exploration, because Final Fantasy X did not have an overworld, so people were like, it's not a Final Fantasy game because it doesn't have an overworld. And then 11 came out and people said it's not a Final Fantasy game because it's online. And then 12 came out and people said it's not a Final Fantasy game because you can't control multiple party members and all the combat's real time. 13 came out and people said that's not a Final Fantasy game because it was a hallway, and so on and so on. They've done it for 14, they've done it for 15, they'll do it for 16 whenever 16 comes out. So I'm of the opinion anymore that it doesn't matter. Like, fuck it. So I just go by the title. The title is Final Fantasy. I don't... There are some staples that carry over, like the way they do the magic system names, but even then 14 is different from anything that came before it. So the point of what I'm saying, no one bitched they had robots in 6. There was some rumblings that Final Fantasy VI was more steampunk than the previous 5, but you also have to realize that when Final Fantasy VI initially came out, that was when they were still calling it 3, because it was the 3rd that came out here in America, and there wasn't as much cross-culture promotion that there is now. So when 3 came out of 6, when 6 came out to the United States, and it was just Final Fantasy 3, I think a lot of people just shrugged because Final Fantasy had not quite developed the pedigree yet that it had in Japan. And I don't think Japanese players give that much of a shit compared to American players. They do now, but I think Japanese players care more about a game becoming easier, which is what they essentially call being westernized, like with tutorials and regenerating health, that kind of thing. Those are American video game conventions. That is not a Japanese video game convention. So that's what most people in Japan have an issue with. But no, like the Final Fantasy series did not yet have its pedigree. So when 7 came out, the reason they called it 7 and not 4 was because that was when Japanese influence was really starting to push into America, because like we had Toonami at that point, so animes were becoming more of a thing over here. And that's when Square decided, fuck it, we're not even going to pretend to number them differently anymore. And of course that confused some people who were like, where was Final Fantasies 4, 5, and 6? But then, you know, but like people were smarter at that point. They realized what was going on. Anyone who cared researched the subject. And 7 also brought a lot of people into the Final Fantasy situation and RPGs in general than who were involved. It was for a different generation of gamer. That was when gaming was really starting to hit its mainstream, because I would argue that until the PlayStation came out, gaming was not quite mainstream yet. Like, it was definitely more mainstream with Super Nintendo and N64, but it wasn't quite the global powerhouse. Like, at that point, gamers were still being mocked just for being gamers. But Final Fantasy VII was so fucking good that it was bringing more people in who had never gamed before into the gaming stratosphere. And, you know, people were starting to realize how legit of a medium it was. So, there wasn't quite the sense of entitlement that gamers were having yet. But I think a lot of that is due to technology also. Like, part of the reason why gamers are entitled now, and I know that's making me sound like an old man, but it's because of how easy it is. Like, back with Final Fantasy VII, that was before, you know, we had patches and day one DLC and all of that shit, and games, when they were released, had to be as polished as possible. So, and gamers didn't know that this kind of future was in store, so it was a take what you can get because there was no other option back then. But it was slowly, like, all of those series were starting to find their stride and starting to get their pedigree. So that's when I think a lot of the entitlement started, but it started innocently enough. I don't even agree with the idea that gamers are 100% entitled now as it is, because, like, the fact that games are so good of quality gives us entitlement. Like, you know, if Square Enix shit out a game that was broken beyond all fucking repair, like if they slapped the words Final Fantasy on it, but, like, there was no magic, and it was a hack and slash, and they just did it to get money, like, we would see through that shit. Like, that, I think we've earned that entitlement. That to expect a certain level of quality. I think some gamers take it too far, but I'm not going to get into that debate because I won't stop talking for 5 hours. But, the point is, like, that was sort of the start of it at that point, when everyone was trying, was when the gaming industry was starting to hit its stride and we were able to see what this game is. Another good example is Zelda. Like, Zelda 2 was way different than Zelda 1, and most people hate Zelda 2. They think Zelda 2 is the worst in the series. But, like, when Zelda 2 came out, nobody was saying this isn't a Zelda game because there was no such thing as a Zelda game yet. Like, Zelda 1 existed, but it didn't have the pedigree, it didn't have the history, it didn't have the conventions, it didn't have the tropes yet. Like, it was too new. So no one bitched because there was nothing to bitch about yet. They had to see how it would shake out, kind of situation. So it is what it is. You know, every medium goes through that. I mean, it'd be like if the next book of Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin starts writing about laser guns. Like, people are going to say, this isn't Game of Thrones. But if he had gone from the first book, which was all fantasy, to the second book, which suddenly introduced time-traveling laser dinosaurs, like, no one would say this isn't Game of Thrones. They would just say George R.R. Martin has a massive identity crisis and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. But that's because Game of Thrones would not have had the pedigree on the second book for people to decide what a Game of Thrones book is. Whereas they can now. Boy, I'm gonna try to write that down. I think that was a damn good metaphor. Good job, me. Pat on the back for Pyro. Alright, catching up again. Let's see. Okay, got it. Caught up. Okay, cool. Alright, so, yeah, you guys get it. You guys know where I'm coming from here. Kingdom Hearts. Man, I want to like that game. I just don't. I want to give it another chance, but man, that's why Ryu and TC are working on it, because I'm never going to do Kingdom Hearts for the channel. I've said before that I want to be kind of a network of my own. Like, if any of the fans want to do a video, I do have quality standards, you know. In fact, I should have asked you, Ryu, for a snippet of your show, because I want to know how you guys are doing it, because I don't want, like, I trust you, Ryu, and this is nothing against TC. I just haven't heard him do a Let's Play yet. But I'm protective of my brand, and I want to make sure that what we put on this channel is high quality. But if it passes my test, then hell yeah, I want to give you guys a platform to do some Let's Plays, because this is something I think I can do that other people, or that I wish someone had done for me. So an example is the way Game Theory does their channel. So the Game Theorists exist. There is a main show called Game Theory, but they also have Film Theory. They also have Culture Shock. They also have Deadlock. Like, these are shows under their banner. And it gives a higher audience view to those shows. Like, Culture Shock would not be as big as it is now if it was not part of Game Theory, which has 10 million subscribers. So even though my reach is small, I want to give that opportunity to people who may want to get into the Let's Play business, but they don't want to start from absolute scratch with 0 subscribers and 0 audience. Like, it's not a good way to learn when you don't have feedback. It's scarier, and because I'm protective of my brand, I expect a certain high quality to the videos, which, if someone was starting off, like, you could learn it rather than and develop it, rather than it being an absolute requirement that I would, you know, insist on. But anyway, the point is, like, if you want to do a show for my channel, understanding that I can't pay you because I don't make enough for it, and you can pass what I consider the quality check, then, you know, I want to give you that audience, because it gives my channel more views, it gives you views, and you can always spin off and go to your own channel afterward once you've got the confidence and the audience to go from there. And I think that way you can we can give a brand new channel a little bit of a boost that I personally did not get, because, you know, no one offered that to me, and if they did, like, if there was such a channel, I never heard of them. So I think I can do that and give YouTube a little, you know, a little shot in the arm a little bit here and there. So, caption the whole video, and that's a long good practice now. Indeed, everyone needs microphones nowadays. But yeah, it'll be on my channel. The Kingdom Hearts Let's Play would be on my channel. It'll have Ryu's logo, but it'll be under my banner. And, you know, if it's on my channel, then I'm approving it. Simple as that. And that's the big catch, that I need to approve it before I would let them do it. That's why I need to see an episode or two before I let the whole thing go up, because I don't want the entire series to go up under my banner and then I see a mistake, because I don't want them to have to redo all of that work, because that's fucking painful, especially for an RPG. But that's why, yeah, Ryu, if you guys can give me a completed episode or two, I want to see it before you get too far, because I want to make sure that, you know, you're hitting all my quality checks before, you know, you overcommit, because I don't want to piss away all of your work. But I also have a lower state, like, I don't require face cam, I don't require, like, perfect frickin' gear, you know, I don't require, I don't think that my expectations are unreasonable, but I also do expect some level of quality. We had a fan who I will not name, who wanted to do a video, a Let's Play, but they didn't have the capture gear, so they were going to aim their phone camera at the screen and capture footage that way. And I'm like, that's not good enough anymore. Like, straight up, no one watches those Let's Plays anymore because they're too low quality. And if you want to do it on your channel that way, that's fine. But, like, if it's on my channel, I don't want anyone coming to this channel and seeing a phone aimed at a TV screen, because that gives a very shitty first impression about what this channel's about. And if it happens to catch somebody who has never heard of me before and comes here, and then that's the first thing they see, then they're going to think that's what the entire channel is about, and then I'm going to lose them, and then I'm not going to have them. Like, they're never going to be a viewer. So that's why I expect a certain level of quality. I'm protective of my brand, and I don't think that's unreasonable. I think anyone who has a business, it should be protective of their brand. It's why Pepsi doesn't randomly experiment with what goes into their soda. Like, every Pepsi needs to taste the same. So they would be very, very paranoid about their ingredients and their processes to make Pepsi because they want everything to be identical. So anyway, I don't think it's unreasonable. And I would think if someone thinks it's unreasonable, then they're not the type of person I want who wants to put stuff on my channel in the first place. So it is what it is. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. All right. So we've got a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stim packs. I'm going to start dressing my people over here. Because it's time. I don't know why I wasn't doing this in the first place. I guess I wasn't thinking about it. So we've got the maximum amount of stuff right now. So I'm going to start sending somebody out to start exploring the wasteland a little bit. Because why not? Okay, so this guy... Alright, this guy doesn't really have much going for him. So we are going to give him a luck suit, formal wear. We're going to give him a gun. And then we're going to send his ass... Whoops. We're going to... Come on, game. Work with me. God damn it. We're going to send his ass out into the wasteland. Have fun, buddy. So you always want people sent out into the wasteland. That's how you get stuff. If I was going to capture a console game without the equipment, I would emulate it instead. Exactly. That's why it's still good quality, even if the controls are wonky. Yes, that's exactly why I'm doing Monster Rancher DS on an emulator. Because I don't have a DS capture card, and even if I did have one, those are notoriously shitty to work with. So I'd rather just emulate it, because, I mean, it's legal to emulate as long as you own the game. So, you know, it's a much better option than trying to friggin' finagle a DS capture card. Have a good night, Love Yandere. Remember, the rest of the stream will be archived immediately upon its conclusion, unlike my streaming Sunday shows, which take a week to edit and deal with. But this one will be up in the archive soon. But yes, have a good night, and I will see you later. So, man, we've covered a lot of ground. This is why I like these unplanned streams. I can talk about whatever. I don't have to worry about dealing with what's coming next on the channel. Thank you all very much for what... I'm not actually finishing it. I'm just quoting myself. It's like, you know, I don't have to worry about, that's what we'll talk about next time. So thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for another stream. Like, I don't have to worry about that shit. I can just, you know, do my thing here. So, Annie-Bot... speaking about series doing for the channel, if you ever do a series for me, I share my assets, like the aspect fix that I use, as I call it, the flags, the outro videos, like, I will provide all of that to you because I want specific things on my branding. Like, it's, again, anyone who has any business that they are proud of, that they want to have, like, to turn into an actual business, they would do this. I don't think it's unreasonable to want... I knew that was a 2X. Fucking knew it. Can I actually cram an elevator over there? I can cram an elevator over there on the far right. That's good to know. I might take advantage of that. Alright, so I need... Let's put it down. Let's put it down here. So you can get a barber shop. It costs for goddamn ever. That's not a word. That's not a unit of measurement. Okay, let's add... Boop! So this is our barber shop. And the barbershop can change a peep's appearance, and I want to change the hair color of Samuel Mason, who is my breeder, because I want him to have dark hair. Because my God, man, he's got all gray hair. Look at that. I'm surprised anyone wants to bang him with gray hair, unless all my breeding team has daddy issues. So, hey ladies, hey, remember me? I'm all your baby daddies. Yes, I am. All right, I'm out. Oh. Fuck, it's got a Roomba. Duh! If I had a Roomba in real life, I would totally give him googly eyes. Okay, we're going to customize your ass and give you... Yeah! Now you're styling. It's going to take 18 minutes. What does the upgrading do? Customize facial features? Holy shit. There are 50,000 caps, too. Fuck that noise. Duh! All of that is cute. Alright, so he's going to be done in about 20 minutes. Where's my guy? Edward Frost. I called him back. He can't be that far out of... Oh, he'll be back in 2 minutes. Cool. Alright. It's not worth burning a Nuka-Cola for. Hello, Lockdown Dave 16. Thank you for joining the show. Fire Emblem's been doing white hair, and the avatar can get pretty much in anyone's pants. That's true. That is 100% true. But I don't think Samuel Mason here is a tactical genius. I'm so happy I could burst. But don't worry, I won't. Good. Good for you not bursting. Yeah, and he's fathered like 45 kids at this point, so I'm sure he's got some sort of charm. But he can dye his hair black anyway. Where are my quests? I don't even know what I'm up to. Collect 14 rare weapons. That's going to be an ass and a half. Craft 6 outfits is easy. Survive 6 more rat attacks without casualties is easy because we're not going to have any casualties. Man, I gotta say, after doing survival mode to start off the starting off with survival mode in Fallout Shelter has been kind of eye-opening about how few events actually hit. Like, I had mentioned I was annoyed at how many events hit your vault, and after doing survival mode where we were getting hit with an event every few minutes, and now this, which is a lot of relaxation, I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked how relaxing this is. Alright, anybody. That's what I get for fucking talking. That's exactly what I get for talking. Everyone who is in the diner, please report to the upper rooms. Thank you. This is absolutely what I get for talking. So, again, these raiders are not going to survive long enough to get much further than that, because my 2 door guards will take out at least 1 raider, and then all of my restaurant team will be able to take out the rest. Boop. Oh, you need a stim pack. And you probably need a stim pack. Oh, damn, they took out 2 of them. Good job, guys. Alright. Oh, this is an all-ladies team. Yeah, they'll be able to take out that guy with no problem. Do you have a weapon? You don't have a weapon. Oh, crap. Here, I have a lever-action rifle. Do you have a weapon? You don't have a weapon either. Oh, my goodness. All right, take that one. I think that's it. I think all the ladies now have weapons. Good job, everybody. But now all those raiders took a bunch of my food, so we're short on food. I might expand the restaurant because we are kind of a little low right now. How did they bust through the giant steel vault door with a couple of... Well, Vault-Tec was not known for building shit correctly, so I'm not really all that surprised. I would be shocked if they didn't bust through easier. Alright, here's our dude. He's back. Hello, Edward Frost. So he brings with him 848 caps, some weapons. Ooh, a military fatigues. That's nice. Okay, whoops. Collect. Sweet. Okay, so he's back. But remember that the reason I called him back was because he had a lunchbox that we can open. Hooray, loot boxes or something. Where's my military fatigues? What the heck? I didn't sell the military fatigues, did I? Oh shit, I may have accidentally sold the military. Oh wait, no, there it is. Oh, it's a soldier uniform. That's why it didn't. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, this guy just has a +2 to his strength. That's fine. It's totally fine. All right, so let's open up ourselves a loot box lunchbox. Lunchbox loot box. Exactly, Ryu. Exactly what happened. All right. Caps, hooray! Wonder glue, not bad. Also not bad. Woo! 4 quantums! Oh, that's awesome. And a shitty gun. Cool beans. Okay. Well, with that Nuka-Cola quantums, we can rush the quest. So we can get our quest back going. Words. Okay, where is our dude that I just sent? Let's see. Let's try to find his ass. Edward Frost, there you are. All right, have a stim pack, and then we're going to send you immediately right back out. Not James. Not James. There we go, Edward. Boop, boop. Explore. Have fun. Okay, so... let's see. I should probably... Oh, 32 seconds. All right. I'll get the food and then rush it, and then we will go do the quest. Should I get 80 lunchbox? Well, given that this game charges you real money for lunchboxes, when you don't happen to find them out there in the world, I wouldn't recommend it, because that would be very expensive. Let's see. Every character to find does. They guess the password on the conveniently placed computer terminal right outside the door. Exactly. That's exactly what happened. That's how those raiders got in. All right, rush this room. Yeah, we're gonna have to upgrade our restaurant because we're having a minor food crisis. All right, so let's upgrade. It's only gonna cost 1,500 caps. That's not bad. So now that I've upgraded the restaurant, it will produce more food. Not faster, but it will produce more food per run, and my storage is increased, so we can hold more food. You all know what it means to increase storage. I don't know why I'm speaking right now. Alright, did we get Edward Frost? He's moving out? Yep, he's moving out. And Timothy Mason's still doing okay. Margaret Lewis is still doing okay. I'm going to divide up my science team. I kind of shoved all my science team over on the right. But we'll divide them up a little bit here. There we go. Stim packs are more important, so we're going to move the majority of the science team over to the left to produce stim packs. And that should do it for now. Okay, so now I'm going to rush the quest. And that saves me literally 10 hours. Do you know what the odds are of getting a quantum? You should try pulling 5 stars in FEH. You should have a couple free summons too. I don't know what FEH stands for. I don't know what you mean by free summons, honestly. Alright. So we are in a nice little vault. Where are we? We're in some sort of mart. I'm trying to find some stuff. What is our quest? I forget. Oh yeah, we were trying to find the one dude from the Children of the Atom. I'm gonna report his location to his monk, I guess. It's very strange. We still need to figure out what Easter is here in the Fallout universe. As you can tell, they don't do, like, their events are not really all that frequent. They do have holiday events, but they're very rare. So anyway, Vault Dwellers, you have no business here. Turn around and leave before we unleash our fury on you. You have been warned. I'll see your fury and raise you by a wrath. That's it. We're all in. So none of these raiders are bosses. I left that one rad roach behind. His body is still here because he's lootable, but luckily he'll stay there until we go back. Like, that's one thing I like about this game. Like, you don't have time limits when you do any of this stuff. Like, I have a health limit, in a sense. Like, we only have so many stim packs. But, like, I can stay here as long as I want. If I need to go pee, I'll just leave the game here while they're safe in a room, and then I'll just go pee and then come back and they'll be waiting for me. I like it. I like games that don't artificially rush you. Fire Emblem Heroes. I do. Whoa! Holy shit! Hold on! Hold on! Hold on! I don't play it as much as the Akamura does. The Akamura plays it every day. It's all right, but it's still not my thing. Even though, like, I like it because I like strategy games, but it hasn't really grabbed me as much. But I still have my account. I'll pop in now and then. Whoa, 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 guys, don't go. All right, go all the way. Fuck it. Come back to this room. Didn't notice that we had a dead lootable guy. There we go. Now come back to this room. But I do like Fallout, or I do like Fire Emblem Heroes. I like its monetization and all that. Like it's a damn good game without needing to spend any money on it. I don't think I've spent any money on that one yet. I know the Akamura has. But like the best part about spending money in Fire Emblem Heroes is that your save file is perpetual. So it's not like Fallout where if you buy, you know, if I buy a thing for this vault and then change save files, what I bought no longer applies. Whereas with Fallout, or fuck, Fire Emblem Heroes, you can, you know, whenever you make a purchase, it's permanent. So, which is cool. Like, I like that. If a purchase is permanent, I think it's fine. Unlike most microtransactions, you know, it's not consumable. Anyway, let's see. Whoa. Gotcha. All right. Let's see. So it's a nice surprise when your creepy Tharja walks into my castle. Yes, Tharja is my bae. She is waifu. She is Fire Emblem waifu. I love her. But she's a normal girl, and she will keep telling you she is a normal girl. She is a normal girl. So make sure you know that she is a normal girl, even if she talks about hexing people. I recently unlocked a support conversation in Fire Emblem Warriors on the Switch, where Tharja, I want to say it's either with Olivia or Azura. She has a conversation, and the other girl is like, "I'm going to teach you how to speak normally," and it is the most wonderful conversation. She's like, "My Tharja, this weather is very sunny," and Tharja responds, "Why, yes, it is very sunny. Though I heard we are going to get rain. Perhaps I should curse the skies to make sure it stays sunny." It's fucking fantastic. I love it. I need to play that conversation for the Akamura too. I love Tharja. I guess I have problems because the cliche slogan is never stick your dick in crazy, and yet all the girls I tend to be attracted to in anime are crazy as church mice. That doesn't make sense, but they are crazy. So, you know, like, my favorite waifu is Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo, and she is crazy as crazy fucking gets. But she's also a 900-year-old demon, so what's she gonna do? But, yes, Tharja is bae, even though she is banana boats. I love her. Alright, let's see. I think the best part of the attraction is it being characters you're familiar with if you play the game. Oh, yeah, totally. For me, it's fun getting the characters I know like Roy and building them in a good unit. Oh, totally. That totally makes sense. The Akamura is the same way. She's only played a few Fire Emblems. She hasn't played them all. She hasn't played the old ones, if I remember right. Like, she's played most of the new ones, if not all the new ones. But she has not played, like, the original and the remakes and so forth. So she's the same way, but she likes... let's see. I'm trying to remember who her bae is. I think it's Crom. Crom is his... oh, and Robin. She's got Christmas Robin and Christmas Crom, and she calls them her Christmas gays. If you want to kill him, you'll have to go through us first. Oh, you got it, buddy. We have laser guns and lots of stim packs, so fuck you. Do your worst, dwellers. We shall. We can start any time instead of just staring at each other. Cool. Oh. Oh. What? We don't want to kill him, but return him to the children of Adam. Well, you better talk to him then, as he doesn't want to go back. Oh. Alright. No fight then. We have to go find the guy. Let's see if we... Oh, there he is. Dwellers, please listen to me. I am Brother Will. You have to stop Confessor Alvarado's plans before Easter arrives. That's when he plans to detonate a 20-ton mega bomb, aka the Sixth Sun. Fortunately, I hid the bomb's main circuit board before running away. Circuit board, you say? Oops. Because if you remember, we found that in the last quest. Why? He has found it? If so, we're all doomed. Well, looks like... Oh, 2 Nuka-Colas. Looks like we're going to have to go find Brother Will and make sure he, you know, doesn't blow up this whole blown-up area. Yes, I'm sorry, Ryu. This means we have to stop a nuclear explosion rather than encourage one, which must hurt your sensibilities a little bit. She liked Corel. Yeah, she likes Corel too. Corel might be bae, but I know she likes, she really likes Crom. Maybe it's Crom and Corel who are her Christmas gays. I can't remember. I can't fully remember. Can't keep track of the Akamura's ships. But, for me, my list, right, my top 3 in order are Tharja, Olivia, and Lynn. They are my favorite. And they are all in Fire Emblem Heroes, and I need to get, or Warriors, and I need to get them all hooked up and such. Ooh, can you afford to come back? Oh, we only have 1 Nuka-Cola right now. Okay. So they will be back in 5.5 hours, and I probably won't be able to get the Nuka-Colas to do that, so that's fine. I will see my quest team tomorrow after I wake up and do my business. So things are looking good for my little vault here. Loads of people. Got 2 explorers, 3 explorers, with 3 others returning. I've got all my rooms covered. We are working on getting our breeder team to be more charismatic, so they will breed faster. Everything's looking good, man. Our vault's in good shape. So I think that will do it for today's stream. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure all of you have plans for the next day, and I'm sure some of you, if not all of you, would enjoy listening to me continue on. But I have work to do. I've got more Monster Ranchers to edit. I have Batman to edit now that I'm getting back my footage that I lost, which still frickin' chaps my ass. I had mentioned that, I think, in the after party of the last stream, where I recorded the second Batman game, Batman Telltale: The Enemy Within, for the second half of Gynophobic Batman. But I found out that I lost all the footage because I recorded in too high of a resolution and too high of frame rate, and my processor just straight up couldn't handle it. So I lost like 11 to 12 hours of footage, and so I'm having to get all of that footage back. And man, that hurt. But I spent a day, not literally a full day, but like I spent an evening like hating myself and being pissed off because I literally had the thoughts of I should just quit YouTube over this, which is stupid. But as I said in the stream, like, you have to feel those feelings. Like, if you're hit with the feeling that you just want to say, fuck it, and, you know, you want to just give up, like, allow yourself to feel that way. Don't actually do it. Like, sleep on it. So, you know, I lost 12 hours of footage, and I'm like, fuck it. I don't want to do the series anymore. I just even want to quit YouTube. I don't want to do any of this nonsense anymore. Fuck it all. So I felt that way. I slept, and now the next day I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's get that footage back. So I did the first episode. It went fine. It's relatively clean. There's still some damage to it, but like Telltale games are very badly optimized, so I can't make it perfect. Not with my current computer setup, but it's good enough. Passes my quality test. Anyway, the point is I need to edit some footage. Monster Rancher's almost out of episodes. I need to get those done, fixed and uploaded and edited and all that. Plus, I want to do some grinding on Final Fantasy XIV so I can get ready for my airship stuff. So I have some work to do tonight. So I'm going to call an end to this stream. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I do want to do more unplanned streams. They are fun, they are relaxing, and because I go into them with 0 expectations, I'm able to just, you know, kind of relax and, you know, play what I want to play, which is a nice feeling because I don't get that very often. Oh man, that's not entirely true, but you know, I do a lot of the show for you guys, and sometimes I force myself to play games I don't necessarily want to play. But with unplanned streams, that's not a problem because that's literally what it's for. It's for me just relaxing with whatever I happen to be playing at that second. So I need to take a screenshot so I can get a good thumbnail up, but other than that, this stream will be archived immediately, and you can check out any parts you may have missed. And hello, Polar Dread, and it's okay that you are way late to the party. It is fine. Again, it's on the archive if you ever want to see the game in action, and if not, it's something to listen to while you sleep. My lovely baritone voice that gets all the ladies moist and gets me in trouble when I say sentences like that. But that will do it for today. Hopefully you guys are interested in Fallout. Hopefully you check it out. It's free. There's a link to the game on Steam in the video description. You can play both on Steam with a mouse, which I recommend, or you can play it mobile through the Play Store, which I don't recommend, but it's playable. It's just kind of a pain in the ass to do lots of finger draggings, but it is what it is. But I like I said, that will do it for today. I'm hungry too. I'm gonna go have dinner. I'm gonna get some work done on the channel, and I will be around Discord if you want to keep chatting. But I desperately need to. Hey, buddy, look at your black hair. Now he looks weird. Now he looks weird to me since he has black hair. Go back to your strength room. Now he's all. We have to go through the breeding team. He's like, hey, ladies, see anything different? Yeah, now I'm all younger. Now I have stamina for all 6 of you. All right, bye. Keep working on your drinking. All right. But yeah, so that will do it for today. I'll be on Discord if you want to chat. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you again sometime for another unplanned stream.